initial room of their ruinous habitation. And unfortunately, had only managed to slay 2 of the 3 hobgoblins. The last one stepping through the door and shutting it, leaving his companions to die at the bottom of the pit.
That's scumbag.
Don't worry, because in Goblin he had sworn to avenge them, but that's probably a later thing, not like a right now. He had to step out to get something. So we will start back up this session at the same exact point where we left off. It was the end of the Hobgoblin's turn. Just so everyone knows, I have said this in my other games, but I will say it here as well. Don't go into the stream while you are playing. That is a forbidden thing, because that is the DM layer. And if I catch you, there will be punishments handed out. That stream is for other people who are not playing to watch and enjoy.
Agreed.
So with the stream up and the recording on, and all of my laser hobgoblin and missile guided shark monsters, yeah, I'm ready to go.
But do they have lasers?
No, the hobgoblins have the lasers. They use them to guide the missiles in that bring the sharks down from above.
Boss.
The sharks are actually made of lasers, so it's like a GDI. It's like a GDI space ion cannon in the shape of a shark.
Oh god.
Just like leaves a giant blazed bite mark on the surface of the planet and destroys everything inside of it. Yeah.
Is that all?
Yep, that's it. Just nothing fancy. Jeez.
Right. Not in this economy.
yeah, that's economy. That's what I should have. That's what I should have had happen. Is when you guys, flung open the paper mache and started firing at them. The hobgoblins should have been like, "What? You're not even wearing masks! Get out of here!" we reserve the right to refuse adventurers.
Oh god.
They like just freeze mid-spell and they look at each other and they just look all ashamed and just walk away.
You guys aren't wearing masks either. Hey, our necromancer vaccinated us. Thank you very much. So, he walks out and casts horrid wilting on everyone.
Oh god.
All right. So we next person up is Bethaniel.
Would there be much importance to this at the moment? The hobgoblin just left, right?
Yes.
So, at this point, it's best if we try to follow him because he's going for reinforcements, obviously.
That's what I'm
But I'm
thinking.
not sure how to go over the traps.
Well,
Jump.
it's only a 5-foot area, so it will take a DC 5 athletics check to jump over the trap. If you want
May I
to.
have?
What's that?
Do my bunny legs give me advantage?
I don't know. Do you have a racial that gives you extra?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Let's toss the bunny!
Oh god.
But for
I
right
think
now,
the bunny can make it on their own.
For right now, it is Nala's turn, so she has to decide what she is
Yeah.
doing. But if
Right.
you guys do want to talk about what you will do as a group in order to bypass it, feel free to take a few moments. You have been adventuring together long enough to at least pick up some of the cues. Because remember, you have spent far more time together in character than you have out of character. So that's something that this kind of narrative time allows us to move over. Because as much as some people enjoy those kind of long-term role plays, I actually don't want to spend 36 hours role-playing my walk from one cave to the next. It's just not exciting for me.
Right.
I do think that we got to chase the goblin, and it seems the only way it to go is forward. I'm fairly confident we can all make a 5-foot jump. Wait, it's athletics or deck?
Yes.
Oh man.
Athletics. Yeah, that's why I pulled up my sheet. Oof. Core athletics saving throw or no?
No, it would be an athletics skill check.
Skill check. Okay.
-1 to that, but you know.
Well, this comes with having a low strength. So
I
unfortunately,
understand.
you have the bunny legs, but you're a frail little spell casting bunny.
Now,
Oh,
if
my
you
athletics
gave,
are at 0.
if I had choice of acrobatics or athletics, I could use lucky footwork and add a D4 to it if I flunked the hell out of it. But no, I must be powerful bunny.
Oh, yes. I forgot that acrobatics actually is a skill in this. It's one of the few things that they didn't split. Athletics or acrobatics.
Well,
Yay, choice.
That should make the dex-heavy members of our party significantly happier about their chances. Also, if you do want to cross it without making the check, you can take a full round and go ahead and try and set up some way to get across.
Well, I got this 10-foot pole. Will that help? Can I vault over it?
Well, the pit is 20 feet deep, so probably not. Unless you can hit the 10-foot pole exactly on the tip of one of the 10-foot long metal spikes in the pit, then yeah. But if not, then you're going into the pit, into the 10-foot long metal spikes. So
I would advise, but then he'll just take the leap, literally.
Yeah, I can do. I got 2 decks for that. So before I go make the leap, I have just like one thing to say. First of all, Bethaniel would take a moment just to breathe, taking in the circumstance of what just happened, and I'll go. It feels like it's my fault. Let's get going.
Hold on.
Sorry.
I can only give Bardic Inspiration on my turn, right?
indeed.
Who would need it most here? Because I assume we have pretty good decks, some of us, but
I have 2 decks.
you have 2 decks, like 2 bonus decks.
My check for acrobatics would be 2.
So yeah, you have a plus.
Okay, all right.
Just wondering if rushing through here is the right thing to do.
Well, what are your other options?
Wait for the hobgoblins to come back and try
No.
to have them fall in the pit?
No. Well, we figure out how to cross this, safely without taking such a silly risk, even if it takes us a little bit longer. Because the guy is getting away through that door. We don't know what's behind the door. If we just give chase full speed, we might fall into traps, because that's what I'm worried he's doing, leading us into traps.
But as long as we're on this side of it, we can't even look down the hallway. He's sprinting around to investigate.
Because even just past that door, I would prefer, rather than running full speed chasing him, I would prefer to still, move slowly and carefully. So is there even a point to rushing here?
I think if we catch him, if we cross and get to the other side before he gets far enough away, because me and Velatha are casters, we could possibly shoot him down before he gets wherever the hell he's going.
I suppose. The question is, did he lock that door behind him? Do we know? Did we see or hear him lock the door?
You saw him close the door.
Just close the door.
You didn't hear a overwhelmingly loud clunk of him barring it, but it's unclear whether or not there would be a lock on the door or anything like that. You haven't gotten close enough to actually inspect it. In fact, the door itself is 15 feet away from the closest of you and around a corner without any light on it currently.
So I take it I can't use Toll the Dead on him.
Yeah, because you gotta be able to see him.
Yeah.
Bummer.
At least get to the other platform.
I'm gonna make the jump.
Best of luck.
So what do I do?
You just go over to either acrobatics or athletics on your skill sheet. It'll be to the right of your statistics, below your saving throws.
I got it.
And you click on the word, and it will make the roll. All right. In fantastically elven fashion, which is to say, without wasting a single amount of his momentum or exerting himself more than necessary, Nathaniel dexterously leaps across the pit and lands at the foot of the collapsed hobgoblin beyond. So that takes 15 feet of your movement. You can continue moving from there.
I will continue to move a bit more. So that's another 10 feet.
Yep.
Can I go diagonal?
You can. So your first diagonal costs you 5 feet. Your second diagonal costs you 10. So you have not made a diagonal move yet. So that'll just cost you 5, and you will be at the door with an action remaining.
Okay, super. So the door's closed, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if I open this door, he's gonna be on the other side, right?
No idea.
No idea.
Yep. You have no clue as to what exactly happened beyond the door once he closed it, because you were unable to see him. In fact, you only heard him close the door. You didn't even see him close the door personally. But you can, if you would like, pause at the door and make a perception check to try and hear whether or not there's anything going on.
Oh yes, I am going to use my perception then.
Okay.
I mean, I detected those traps. I'll be able to hear what's going on beyond this door. I lay my ear against it.
All right. You don't hear the sound of retreating footsteps, but you do hear the sound of the wood and the metal creaking slightly under pressure. So after placing your ear against the door, you believe that the hobgoblin is actually holding it shut from the other side.
Interesting. He might not be running. He might still be here.
That is very interesting.
All right. Is that it for Bethaniel?
Get over here. I'm pausing right here. Let's move on.
All right, Angela.
All right. I guess I make the jump.
Do you now?
Ooh. Oh, that's nice athletics.
It looks like you do.
Yay!
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Splint. I know it'll make noise at the very least.
Well, yeah. Moving around moving around at all without using stealth makes noise. But the question is whether or not you have disadvantage. You made it either way. But your strength is 16, so yeah, no matter what, you will not have disadvantage on the check.
Yay!
If you were wearing full plate mail, you still could have made that jump.
Alright, so that takes me
to there.
Here, right?
You have taken up 15 feet of your movement, because in order to get the DC 5, you do have to back up and then get a running start.
Right. Oh, by the way, I have a quick question, because I did have a look at that magical sword we have in our inventory.
Imitator.
And since I'm currently the only fighter currently in this dungeon, it's not such a big deal, I think, if I use that thing. I looked at a disadvantage. That basically just means that next time I have to take a long rest, it just takes me 2 hours longer.
Yes.
It's not so terrible. It's not like it's draining my life or anything, right?
I mean, that's why it takes you 10 hours instead of 8. But it's not draining it so much that it has a greater negative consequence than that.
Okay, so it just
From
makes me
what
sleepy.
you know, that is the extent of the negative consequences of having the weapon.
Okay, that bit worries me a little bit more. Would it take me an action to switch to that thing, or?
If you want to draw another weapon, it depends on whether or not. So, it does not take you an action to draw a weapon as part of your movement. However, you currently have a weapon in your hand. It does take an
Right.
action to stow a weapon.
Okay, so I'll stick with the sword I have for now.
Okay.
Because what I'm thinking, well, I'll move up against the door.
Okay.
Well, I guess in this case, Nathaniel and I would be crowding right at the door.
It's a 5-foot area. It actually you can definitely fit within that area. Just for combat functionality, the battle map is split up into 5-foot squares.
Okay,
There
I
is
see.
enough space for you to reach the door, push the door open, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so how carefully crafted is that door? Are there any gaps between the planks of wood? Like tiny gaps, even something the width of a sword blade.
Let me go ahead and take a look at the description of the Hobgoblin Lair. So there are cracks in the door. They're not quite the width of a sword blade because they are solid wooden doors. However, if you were to slam your sword forward with enough force, it's possible that you might be able to break through the enough of the wood that you could plunge your sword out the other side.
That might be a really cool thing to attempt.
I mean, I think it would definitely be a cool thing to attempt.
If that's alright with you, then I shall attempt that. What shall I
Alright.
roll?
Go
Just
ahead.
channel your inner William.
Yep, go ahead and roll Strength Athletics.
Strength.
Yeah, it's an athletics check.
Oh, okay.
Same
So
as
I
before,
just roll.
because you are trying to take the piece of steel that you have and ram it between two pieces of wood. It's
Right,
definitely an
right.
action of strength rather than an attack roll.
Okay, so I just roll athletics like last time, right?
You do.
Bop.
All right. You ram your sword through, and you feel the blade bite home.
Ooh.
Point of it most definitely attaches itself to a little bit of resistance, but not enough to keep it from sheathing all the way to the hilt in the door. And there is a yowl of pain from behind it.
Of course, just
Go ahead and
to
roll
keep the sword
your
safe.
sword damage.
Oh, nice. I believe that would have been a two-handed thrust.
I would hope so. So that will be a D10.
Not bad, I think.
Yeah, click the longsword two-handed to actually roll the damage dice.
Didn't I?
No, that's the attack roll.
Click it on what you just popped up.
Yep.
Oh, this. Okay.
All right. And you're going to try and pull your sword back out?
Well, immediately, yes, just in case that thing tries something with it.
All right, roll athletics again.
All right.
All right. You pull the sword free, and a streak of blood comes back with it, spattering your shoes and the outside of Nathaniel's robe.
Oh, damn.
Good job.
That definitely seems like it was a grievous wound.
Well, that thing may have moved away from the door at least. So if I'm still able to, can I try pushing the door?
Nope, that is going to be the extent of your available.
Okay then. All right. All right,
Tobias.
I'm satisfied.
All right, Tobias watches the other two jump the gap before he does, and when he hears the Angela's attack and witnesses what he can of it, he just kind of wrinkles his nose and recoils. Oh.
Gosh, I'm sorry.
I love it.
He then kind of looks at the gap, and then he looks up at Valatha and gives her a little furry pawed salute before leaping across the gap with a cry of "Tally-ho!"
Oh, best of luck, little guy.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
Thankfully
Thank you,
for
Rabbit.
Tobias, Tally Ho does not turn into Tally Oh No, and he lands safely on the other side of the pit.
That ate up 15 feet of movement.
10, yeah. Sorry, yes, 15. Because
15, okay.
To
Um,
reduce the DC.
Did the sword thrust make enough of a hole in the door for me to fire a spell through?
Maybe if you were right next to the door, but unfortunately not from where you're at.
Okay, so I can still get. I think I can still get there. Yeah, I've still got. He's going to. He's going to squeeze under. I'm small, so I'm just going to go under Bethaniel's legs and try to peep through the hole that Angela made in the door.
You can see the hole that Angela made in the door and the hole that Angela made in the hobgoblin.
Okay, well let's poke my little rabbit finger there and fire off a magic missile.
All right.
Blank range. Tobias, go.
How many is it? 3? 3.
I believe it is 3 to start. Yes. All right.
Pew.
A trio of streaking bolts shoot through the hole, looking very much like the climactic moment from the first Star Wars movie. And much like that, there is a resounding series of explosions from the other side of the door, and a strangled cry and a heavy thud. And then you can choose whether you want to be shunted to this square or this square, because you can't remain in the same square as Bethaniel.
It doesn't matter. Dealer's choice.
All right. Any more movement, or are you done?
Nah, I'm good.
Valatha.
Oh, best of luck.
Valata just she hears what's going on up there. She's very curious as to what's exactly going on. She can kind of see them kind of poking, stabbing through a door, and she kind of gets the gist that, like, oh, they're probably attacking the guy on the other side there. She doesn't notice the blood split or anything. She's kind of looking at the pit here, looking at the remains of the dude who kind of fell in, and she kind of just goes, ugh. And then she just happily just bounds across the chasm there. A acrobatics check. Let me grab it here.
All right.
Oh,
When you bound across, you find your foot slips on a pair of javelins that were on the ground, causing you to skid slightly. But fortunately, you are far away from the pit when you land, so you were never really in any danger. Just a moment of nervousness.
She looks down at the corpse next to her and gives a little kick just to see if there's any response. Doesn't expect one, and then she just kind of moves up with her friends here. She sees the door, and at this point, the door is still not open, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The hobgoblin at your feet does give a gurgle when you kick it, although whether that was a sound of a live gurgling hobgoblin bleeding to death or a dead hobgoblin that was just kicked and forced to gurgle is up for debate.
Not something she really, concerns herself with. As she gets up here, she sees the door and that it's still closed. She does see the blood marks and everything, and she kind of looks taken aback and goes, "Oh my, did that door get hurt?" If we need some assistance in opening it, if nobody wants to touch it, I have a
Well,
hand?
we're out of actions, I'm afraid. It's like, well, yes, something got hurt pretty badly behind the door. Here's hoping we could actually push it open.
So the cantrip mage hand, I was curious about it. Would I be able? Oh God, would I be able to use it on the same turn, or is it like I summon it and then I use it on the next turn?
Let's go ahead and take a look at the description of the spell.
I'm a little bit concerned about his weird things flying around the dungeon.
Sploosh.
Ah!
Just new effects that I have been given, thanks to the glorious lords of Roll20. Okay, so casting time is 1 action, duration is a minute. It's not a concentration spell. So it takes an action to cast it, and then after you have cast it, you can use your action to control the hand. So yeah, you would cast it to summon it this turn, and then you would be able to use your action to control it next turn.
Alrighty. Valatha would offer to summon it and, have it open the door if nobody else wants to, just in case the door is trapped or something like that, or there's like a trap on the other side. You never know.
That's sure, I guess. I mean, we would have opened the door, I think, if we weren't out of actions already.
Well,
So
her
might as
suggestion
well.
is to open it with the spectral hand on her next turn, so that
Right.
if it's trapped,
Yes.
it doesn't go off on anybody.
Yeah, I suppose, and I don't think there's any rush now that a hobo goblin is dead.
All right. So you want to just summon the spectral hand in the square next to you to use it next turn?
Yeah, I'll summon the thing right there, right next to me.
All right. There you go.
By the way, Carwin, earlier on, my first reflex when looking at the door was that we should, do the stack. Just Arma skewed me. Arma so totally skewed me.
All right. On the hobgoblin's turn, everyone go ahead and well, no, actually, I don't think that rolling a perception will really be necessary. You hear the sound of armored boot steps as several individuals rush down the hallway beyond. And there
Oh,
are
brilliant.
shouted words of goblin.
Brilliant. Maybe we should actually stack here and ready our actions.
All right, and that goes to Bethaniel.
Okay, so we got that spectral hand ready to open the door, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right there.
Now, I'm not a yeah. I see it. I'm not a frontline guy. I'm gonna take a step back and you guys get ready.
Yeah, I'd say with the hobgoblins coming, casters at the back, I guess.
How far back do you want me
That's
to be?
literally everybody but you. Just so you
Turn.
know, Angela.
Oh man.
It's you and 3 spellcasters.
Oh god.
Oh, is this 3 mages, 1 rogue again?
Oh, it's 2 mages, 1 cleric.
It was 3 mages, 1 rogue was my strategy in Dragon Age 2.
You know, it wasn't a bad strategy in Dragon Age, honestly. Although
Yeah.
I preferred the Arcane Knight or Mystic Knight or whatever they called it.
Alright, so I've moved back. Everybody's health is fine. I don't think anyone got hurt.
No, you were able to pretty well stave off the attacks of the creatures. Angela did a very good job making herself the focus of their attacks, and then not allowing them to actually injure her.
Thanks to those traps, I'd say.
It was a big change from previously, where she allowed herself to be hit in the face repeatedly.
All right.
Ha.
Let's
Not
see.
willingly.
Uh,
How?
I'm just
What do
trying
we
to
do? What do we do?
think. What could we? And what can we possibly do?
Well,
Now,
at the very least, I'd like to see down that freaking corridor. 'Cause
yeah.
that bothers me.
Oh, we will. We will
I mean,
see.
I'd rather they come to us and we ambush them, but I want to see what's going on.
The tension of being about to breach into a building.
Oh god, yes.
I don't really. I don't really think we gain anything waiting here.
Yeah, I
Because cover's
suppose.
not a thing in 5e. Or it's not the thing it was in 3.5 at least.
It gives you a little bonus to armor class, but that's about it.
Yeah. Do you think we'll be? Do you think the spiritual hand there will be able to open the door?
Go ahead and roll Arcane.
Well, I can say this: if it can open the door, it can hold it. Try holding it shut, right?
Well, it can exert no more than 10 pounds of pressure.
Ah, okay. So it wouldn't be really that powerful in the first place.
I mean, it could hold it shut. If there was like an angry cat trying to push through it, like a house cat, not like a mountain lion or anything. But Bethaniel, you are aware of enough details of the spell, despite it not being one that you have access to. As long as the door isn't locked, it should be no problem for the hand to open it. It won't be able to hold it shut against any determined attacker that isn't fine size or smaller. But ideally, if it does open the door and there is a trap on it that targets the individual opening the door, it would target the hand and not any of you. So just hopefully it's not a fireball.
Yeah. I'm gonna step back a little bit more.
So if something tries getting to you, they'll have to deal with me first in an attack of opportunity as they pass beside me. I think that's a valid strategy.
I really have nothing I can actually do, I suppose. Oh.
Don't you have a crossbow?
And do what with that?
Well, as soon as they start coming in, you can shoot. I guess.
Wait.
We also can just blast off a cantrip if we want to as something comes down. It may not like kill him, it'll slow him down. And
I did pick up my
out the way.
I did pick up my crossbow after Velatha had untimely shot with it, right? Don't tell me to go back and pick up my crossbow.
I'm sure you have it. Don't give him ideas.
So okay, I'm at the back here. Crossbow.
Well, we go through with the plan of using the mage hand to open the door, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm done my turn. I can't think of anything to do.
Okay. Angela.
Well, we have that hand at the ready. That's the plan we agreed on. What to do?
Ready in action.
Yeah, I could ready an action. So if something comes barging in, I just chop at it real freaking hard.
Two-handing your sword or one-handing?
Two-handing in this case, I think.
Okay. And that's it. Tobias.
Seeing the everybody kind of decide that they're going to mage hand the door open. Tobias is going to get away from the door. Going to go this way, and I'm going to ready a scorching ray.
Again, duck behind the table.
Okay, just so you know, I just want to make sure that everybody remembers, if you prepare a spell that is not a cantrip, you consume the spell slot upon preparing it.
In that case,
And you
let me.
will concentrate on that spell, and if it is not expended by your next action, you lose the spell slot.
Probably better to do magic missile instead.
You would also lose the magic missile.
Yeah, it's a level 1. I will ready
Oh, okay.
firebolt.
Okay.
I keep thinking that's a cantrip for some reason.
Yeah. Well, lots of people want it to be a cantrip. Everybody who doesn't want to have mages be behind warlock and damage wants it to be a cantrip.
So Angie's just standing there, the sword over her head, waiting for something to move past the door.
Hopefully, when they open the door, it isn't somebody who is smart enough to stab low while her guard is up.
I mean, as soon as something appears there, that sword is coming down.
Alright. Sorry, I'm evil. So, you are preparing your firebolt, and I believe that takes it to Valatha.
Valatha is gonna go and stand here, and she is going to cast Blade Ward on herself.
Alright.
And then she's gonna have her little homie here open the door. And would they be able to like kind of peer inside, and what's the other side?
I mean, Tobias is standing right in front of it.
So you can't actually do both. Blade Ward is an action to cast, and it takes an action to use the spectral hand to open the door. Just so you know.
And it's
Bummer.
So are you gonna cast Blade Ward, or are you gonna use the spectral hand?
she's gonna cast Blade Ward and just move the hand up there, unless she can't move the hand either.
I don't think you can move the hand unless you take an action to take control of it. Let me just verify real quick. I'm pretty sure.
That says I need to have action, so I'll just move them back.
Alright. Hobgoblin's turn. You hear the footsteps slow and then stop behind the door. There's the sound of something heavy being moved around. But that's it. Bethaniel.
Door's still not open, huh?
Negative.
Don't tell me they just barred it.
Oh, that hobgoblin was holding the door back. I mean, it's like he was barricading the door with himself.
I mean, until Angela and Tobias decided to rearrange his insides to be his outsides.
Hey, Tobias, do you think you can burn the door down?
Well, I suppose that's one option. But I'd hate to burn any of you.
What kind of distance do we need to take?
Well,
I do not know. I don't have fireball yet, and I don't. But if that door is made of wood, can firebolt light it on fire?
It can. However, from your meager knowledge of the physics of the world, you know that it would take a rather large amount of time for the door to burn enough to fall down, or even be flimsy enough to just push through easily. It being made of solid wood, and during that process, the entirety of this room would probably be filled with smoke.
Tobias will explain to Bethaniel. Well, you see, I only have, and he holds his fingers up like less than an inch apart, a little bit of fire. You see, it really wouldn't serve burning down this very well made, albeit unsightly door.
Right.
With several rounds worth of castings, you could probably blast through it just with the damage from your spells and perhaps someone else hacking at it. But just lighting it on fire and then letting it burn down, that'd be a process.
I have another thought. Now, doors have hinges. Which way are the hinges on this door? Do I need perception check on that?
No, that is fairly obvious. The hinges on this door go. They would be on the other side of the door.
Other
So this door
side
pushes
of the...
inward.
Wait a minute.
Well, yeah, if the hobgoblin was keeping it, was pushing against it to keep it closed, obviously it opens that way.
Yeah, it would have been a really bad idea if the hinges were on this side, because then you just unlatch it and he flies into the room.
Wait, I have an idea here.
What's your idea?
Can I move my hand through the door since it's spectral? I was looking at the rule. It doesn't say I can't.
I believe so. But let me.
I'm just hoping they didn't bar the door with
Okay.
something.
How about I go up to the door and listen some more to see if there's any, if I can hear anything more? Is that okay?
No, don't, because they might do what we just did to them. I would be very worried about that right now.
So you can move it through the door, but without a way to actually see, you couldn't order it to really do anything, including move back.
Okay, makes sense.
But if
Okay.
you had like a crystal ball or a clairvoyance spell that would allow you to see the other area, yeah, you could totally move it around, as long as it never got more than 30 feet away from you.
I still think it's a good idea if I listen to the door.
Do you want to listen to the heartbeat of the dungeon there, Bethaniel?
Just not right in front of it.
Alright, perception. You don't hear much because it's actually very quiet. There's a lot of tension in the air, but then just for a moment, you hear the creaking of wood.
Move away.
Is that wood far or is it the door?
It does not sound like the door. It sounds like something on the other side of the door. In the room beyond. Or the space beyond, because you're not sure if it's a hallway or a room or what. It could open up into a 500-foot deep chasm with 1,000 flying hobgoblins in it.
Did we just trap ourselves in this room now?
That's one of the problems with being on the offensive. Sometimes the defenders have the advantage because they can just wait for you.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. They're just barring the door. That's it.
Oh, they definitely haven't barred the door unless they did it silently, which would be impressive.
And, if I may, probably beyond hobgoblin intelligence.
Right.
Actually, hobgoblins are average human intelligence or better, believe it or not.
Then in that case, my statement definitely stands.
more militaristic hobgoblins are actually known to form military companies and sell their services as mercenaries to human kingdoms and monster rulers alike.
Hmm.
Okay, so our mission here is clear the place of hobgoblins. They all gotta go down, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should make some noise. Should I kick the door down? See if it'll give much resistance.
I think you're too squishy. We were supposed to use that damn mage hand.
Yeah, my strength is
Still
not good
hovering
anyway.
there.
Okay. If mage hand doesn't work, then someone else kick the door.
Well, remember,
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Nathaniel might not be strong in melee combat, but he's no slouch. He has an 18 armor class.
Mm,
He's
true.
fully capable of holding his own against standard attacks.
True.
Most likely. Just like Ara, engaging in combat is part of the cleric's life. After all, how else are they going to get up to heal the fighter?
So, the mage hand can't move the door yet because it's possibly barred. How much weight
Well-
can the mage move?
Well, the man can try to open the door, try to pull it open, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep, you just have to wait until Velatha's turn.
Yeah. Fine, I'll step back and I'll let them do it. I listen to the door.
Alright.
Original position. There we go.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh, you have found yourself in tune with the heart of the dungeon. Angela.
Okay, since I'm still waiting, this might be a good opportunity to swap swords.
Indeed. So you're going to take an action to sheath your sword, and then draw Imitator's Tooth.
That's right.
Alright. Unfortunately, that does take your action and part of your movement, so you will not be able to prepare an action this round.
Sucks.
Unless you want to just drop your longsword at your feet instead
No.
of stowing it.
No.
Okay. Then we will move to Tobias.
So we have not opened the door then?
Not yet. I believe the running idea was for Velatha to open it on this turn with the Spectral Hand after her Blade War wears off.
All right. Then I will go ahead and just keep my the firebolt ready,
All right.
and I will stand on the table.
He's a charging his lasers.
Yes,
So you are standing on the table?
I am standing on the table.
All right. I like it.
He'll be on it even though I'm right here. I
Okay.
don't want to cover the hand.
Yeah, just scoot it
Ready
back a little
to
bit.
Jump
stand
off
there.
and kick the
It's
table.
a spectral hand,
Oh,
so
cover.
you can totally stand in it.
He kind of like he hops up on the table, kind of looks at the hand next to him, and you see him squinch his face up like he's trying to decide what you do with such a thing, and he finally just says,
Please, do not touch me.
and goes back to concentrating on the firebolt he's holding in his hand.
All right. Velatha. So your Blade Ward will come to an end.
Am I able to move the hand? As long as it,
You-
like...
You are indeed. In order to move the hand, all you have to do is take an action, and that allows you to do all those interactions. That doesn't interfere with you moving.
Cool. She's gonna move back here, and then Mr. Hand, the thing from Adam's family, is gonna move up here, and it's gonna try and just open the door like normal.
All right. Spooky. Indeed, you do open the door without issue. Unfortunately, however, not without consequence. Because the hobgoblins, the creaking of wood that Nathaniel heard was the hobgoblin bows being drawn as they waited for the door to open.
Oh no.
So upon the door opening, Tobias's bolt of flame will hurl forward, and 2 arrows will fire squarely toward him.
Deck save? No, it's not a deck save.
Oh, it's just an attack roll. So first, go ahead and shoost that firebolt there, Tobias. Fire. The firebolt will slam onto the front hobgoblin's shield, scattering into a splatter of ash. And then thunk thunk. Unfortunately, with his armor class of 11, both of those will hit. A pair of arrows burrow into the bunny's body. Wow, that's a nice alliteration. And you take 9 points of damage.
Ow!
Bias is going to.
That's no
not it.
bueno.
Sorry, say that again, Nat?
I was gonna say he's gonna jump down, but I realized I gotta wait till my turn to do all that.
And then the hobgoblin just on the other side of the door, seeing Angela right there, is going to reach around the corner and take a swing at her with his longsword. Fortunately, she is able to fend that off rather easily using the cover that is next to her. Velatha, you still have the rest of your movement that you can take, and you can also continue to move the hand if you like.
Kill him. No, I'm just kidding. Velatha is actually going to move back over here, closer to our little bunny friend, and she can't really do anything right now, but she's just gonna.
Oh god, there's 3 of them. Again. Oh.
Okay, so you're just moving back and kind of step into the back of the room. And hobgoblin time. Alright, so this one is going to step through and move around the corner, and then step away from Angela, allowing her a opportunity attack.
Okay.
Which she will make full use of. And
Ooh.
unfortunately, it looks like stepping away from her was the literal worst idea, as he had lowered his shield, grabbed his longsword with 2 hands, and was moving towards Tobias with murderous intent. Angie splits his back open with her longsword, and he collapses to the ground face first at the bunny's feet.
Nice.
It's not rabbit season today. Bastard.
Elias is still trying to pull arrows out of himself, but when he sees the hobgoblin coming toward him and then not coming toward him anymore, he stops fucking with the arrows long enough to give Angela a thumbs up and a grin.
Alright, so this hobgoblin, unfazed, is going to drop his bow, draw his longsword, and take a swing at Angie.
Oh no, you don't.
Thankfully, she is able to deflect this blow as well, and we will see how well that luck continues in a moment.
Oof.
Unfortunately, having contended with 2 of the creatures, and she is unable to stop a 3rd hobgoblin from rushing toward the backliners and swinging his longsword at Petheniel. And he is able to land a blow despite Betheniel's protective armor. He is going to take 5 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
A 4th creature moves
Oh, no!
Alright.
and lunges in low with his longsword. It may not be rabbit season, but apparently it is duck season. Fortunately, Angie is able to deflect that attack as well. Though she is
Hey,
now
thank you.
handily surrounded.
Oh God.
Bethenio.
I'm checking out my spells here. So I'm gonna need to fend off some of these guys. uh, okay, so I'm looking in my spell list here. I have Inflict Wounds, which is a touch range, and this hobgoblin here is in touch range, is he not?
That is correct.
Right, and it says it is a melee attack and does 3d10 necrotic damage on a hit.
Yes.
So I'm pulling up my sheet open. Let's see. So I need to use spells. I think that's what I need to do right now.
All right. So you should be able to click the spell, and it should make the attack roll. Unfortunately, as you reach out to touch him, he deflects your hand with his shield, preventing you from inflicting the wounds.
I tried.
Yep. Make sure that you mark off the spell slot.
Done.
All right, Angela.
Right then. Hmm. Okay, well, not much point in moving from here. I guess. Now this is a good position to be in, and I suppose I'll just attack the one between me and Toby. All right, that'll be. Oof.
Unfortunately, he parries you with his own sword.
That's no good. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Okay. I could use Rally as a bonus action, right?
That is true.
And give Tobias a couple of extra hit points. So
Yep.
how do I go about using the superiority dice?
All right. So, what is the size of your superiority die right now?
Well, I know I have 3 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and their size, I'm honestly not sure.
All right. So, in the top of the Battlemaster area, I should tell you, um, for superiority dice as the Battlemaster, you start with 4 superiority dice,
4.
which are d8s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you actually should have 4.
4, alright.
And so what you will do, if you want to use Rally, is you will roll a d8, and then you'll add your Charisma bonus, which is +1. So a d8
Okay.
plus 1, and Tobias will gain that many bonus hit points.
Okay. So I roll 1d8.
Yep, /roll space 1d8 plus 1.
1d8 plus 1. There we go. Oof. That's something. I tried.
Yep. Unfortunately, it seems that though your rallying cry was quite rousing, Tobias, being as injured as he is not particularly roused by it. More worrying about the leaking holes that he is removing arrows from.
That was useless this round.
+2 hit points, and you made an attack roll. Just because you missed doesn't mean it's useless. Everybody misses sometimes.
Mm,
It's
but still.
consistent forward momentum that gets you to the end.
Mm,
So you could also have used precision attack, which would have rolled a d8 and added it to your attack roll. But
oh, right.
their armor class is high enough that with an 11 you wouldn't have had a very good chance of hitting anyway. So it's actually better that you
Right.
did what you did.
Right. Okay.
All right. I'm guessing that you probably don't want to move away from them, so they get attacks
No,
opportunity or
no.
anything.
I'm wondering if it'll be good to use action surge right now or save it. I think I should save it. Just want to be more helpful. God damn it.
Okay, has one of these been injured? The ones that are still standing, that is.
No. They are all uninjured.
Okay.
So
Sucks.
no action surge for you?
I guess not.
Okay. All right, Tobias.
What? I didn't. I thought it was my turn.
Is it?
No.
No, you used inflict wounds.
Yeah. It's just I saw. I thought.
Yeah,
I saw
I had to scroll through the turn order again because I skipped Angela, but then she was talking about using action surge.
Okay.
So I was like, oh,
All good.
it might still be your
Tobias.
turn. Sorry. All right.
Sorry.
So Bunny. Bunny.
I have a needy dog.
Chug
Okay.
a health potion.
Tobias went. I went splat. Or no, that's a hobgoblin that splatted underneath me. Never mind. Okay.
Yes, you have not gone splat yet.
Don't you use that yet word. Okay.
What's that saying? From Fight Club? On a long enough time span, everyone's survivability drops to 0.
I am going to go ahead and injure this one for Nathaniel.
All right. How are you going to go about making that injury happen?
I'm going to fix him with a scorching ray.
All right. So you are engaged in melee, so you will have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
Wait, against this one?
Yes. You are engaged in melee.
Okay.
It makes it really hard to aim when other people can whack you with their swords.
Let me see if these two
Yeah,
these two are both going to get AOPs if I back off, right?
Yes, if you back away, they will. Unless you use the disengage action, at which point you won't be able to cast a spell. And they are wearing chainmail and carrying shields, so their armor class is probably high enough that disadvantage will wreck your chances to hit them.
Disengage. I'm going to go back here. As far away as I can get.
All right. You're not going to take the Taekwon leap over the pit?
No, I will not.
Okay. Then I believe that goes to Velatha.
All right, as the bunny retreats, Velatha is going to utter a very cool phrase into the air in her own language that, well, Nathaniel might understand. And she is going to cast Healing Word on Mr. Bunny.
All right.
Let me see if this calculates correctly when I use it.
So when you say a very cool word, do you mean like physically cool? Like the letters actually appear in like a cold shimmer in the air? Or like a emotionally cool word like Shazao?
The latter.
Okay. Hey man, I like special effects. Back in 3rd edition, my most often cast spell was Prestidigitation.
So yeah, that's gonna heal him for. Hold on one sec. Yeah, 4 hit points.
You can go ahead and add your own. I'm away from the keyboard for a second.
Yeah, so go ahead and heal yourself up for 4 hit points net.
You said 4?
Yes.
Tobias watches his some of his wounds knit themselves, and he kind of blinks and looks over at the Velatha, realizes it is her doing, and he gives her a very debonair bow of gratitude.
All right. Any movement or anything for you, Velatha?
Well, that was a bonus action, so I can move or attack, right?
Yep.
All right. I assume she still has a crossbow, correct?
I don't know. Do you have a crossbow? I am actually not that up on your character sheet.
Velatha had grabbed my crossbow.
Then yes? Question mark. Did you also grab the crossbow bolts? I'm assuming you probably gave Velatha a loaded crossbow and bolts. That would make sense.
But okay, was there one loaded when I was carrying it the first time around?
Yeah. If it's not loaded though, Veletha's just gonna move right up here.
Well, if even if it's not loaded, as long as you have a crossbow bolt, you can load and fire it as an action.
Oh, okay.
You can load it as part of your movement. Because I believe only the heavy crossbow has the actual like loading trait where it takes an action to load it. Or does it even have that anymore? I don't know. I never see anyone use heavy crossbows, so my assumption is that they still have that. Because that's why everybody avoided them before.
Yeah, it's a light crossbow.
Then she is going to load and take a shot at the dude right up there.
All right.
Oh, if Velatha doesn't have a bolt on her, then she's snagging one off on my throat.
Yeah, we're just gonna
But,
assume
yeah.
that Velatha was more than capable of carrying the ammunition for it as well.
Yeah.
And that's a dex check, right?
Yeah, it's a dexterity attack roll, and if you're proficient, you add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so I'm taking 2 bolts out from my quiver here. Because one was from the first shot that failed, and now the second one for now.
Attack roll.
All right. That crossbow bolt will glance off of his chainmail armor.
All right, and that's the turn.
All right, hobgoblin time.
Let's hop to it.
Hob to it.
The hobo goblins.
All right. So this hobgoblin is going to go ahead and kick the table forward, tilting it over so that he can move into this square. Because we've got to make sure that we can threaten both Bethaniel and Angela. So first we're going to go ahead and take 2 longsword swings at Angie. One of which will land.
Oh no.
And due to the martial training of the hobgoblin, he will use his ally's threat to gain an additional advantage and do 2d6 more points of damage. So she will take a total of 18.
What?
So he slams into you with his longsword, and as you try and shove him off, the other one grabs a hold of your shield, allowing him to jam the sword deeper into your side. And then this one is going to take a swing at Bethaniel and get a critical hit and roll almost absolute minimum on his damage. But
boy.
we'll also get the extra 2d6, which will allow us to significantly increase that. So Nathaniel is going to take 13 points of damage and is now bloodied.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
I would touch yourself next round if I were you.
Speaking of the next round, Nathaniel.
Okay, well, one of the things I was looking at in my spells here is Prayer of Healing. How much damage did you take, uh,
I think 10-minute
Angela?
rest.
That was 18 damage. It's half my health points.
Yeah,
In
okay,
one blow, half. This is absurd.
Remember
so,
that you actually don't know how many hit points your allies have. You know their
I'm
health
just asking how
status.
badly injured.
So Angie's current status is injured but not bloodied because she is not below
Yeah.
half.
Yeah. And mine is bad. So Prayer of Healing
But
is.
1 second, Nat did bring up a good point. Prayer of Healing is a 10-minute cast.
Oh, dang!
So that is something that you cast when you are not in combat and have some time to relax.
Okay. Okay, I close this. Um.
Do remember that if you want to cast something like Cure Wounds, you can also use a higher level spell slot to add additional dice to the healing done. Welcome back, Val.
Ah. I'm reading that. I am learning. He's in the second level or higher.
In addition, if you have a healing potion, you can also drink that as a bonus action on your turn in order to regain some health.
Oh, I do have healing potions. I bought some earlier.
So if your spell doesn't do enough, you can always cap it off with a healing potion.
Yeah. So I can't think of being able to do much with my second level spells for the moment. One action, touch, no. It's gonna have, Cure Wounds on level 2 would be a very good idea indeed.
Alright.
So, yeah, on myself, because that's a lot of damage.
Well, good news is you're a cleric, so you have the magical scotch tape to patch yourself up.
Yeah, so Cure Wounds, level 2, how do I go about that now?
Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do it. I think if you have dragged the spell from Roll20, you can click on Cure Wounds, and it will actually ask you what level. So give that a shot.
So what's
Indeed, how
already
that
on my
works.
list?
What's that?
Or
What was that, Noah? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
well, it's already on my list, or
Yes, go ahead and click the Cure Wounds spell that's on your list. Does it give you a little dialogue box that asks you for what level you're casting it at?
Yes, it is.
Alright, then you can just put in 2, and that should roll the additional dice automatically when you click submit.
Interesting. Let's go.
Alright, so yeah, you see there you heal 8 points with the Cure Wounds, and because of a higher level cast, you heal an additional 7, so a total of 15. Which will bring you to a total of 24, and Nathaniel looks much better, no longer bloodied, but still injured.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Now I've done an action there. I can't, just step away from these dudes.
If you do, both of them will be able to use their reaction to take a swing.
I know. Oh boy. Let's see. So, I don't have other options for bonus actions here.
Yeah, I don't think you have any spells or abilities that you'll be able to use as a bonus action.
I don't think I do. I'm trying to read. I've been trying to read through my spells.
Yeah, the only bonus action spell I think you
Oh wait.
have
Oh right.
is going to be like spiritual weapon or healing word, and both of those are not cantrips, so you can't cast them
Yeah.
now that you've cast cure wounds.
I did put the notes down for what's bonus action here. Uh, healing word is actually a bonus action.
Yes, but you cast a spell
Yeah.
that was not a cantrip as another action on this round, which means you cannot cast another spell that is not a cantrip.
Okay. So I don't have cantrips selected other than Spirit of Dying, but no one's dying right now, and that is on touch. So
All right,
I'll keep that in mind.
so that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, it seems it is. Oh, I'm gonna be ready for a pummeling. I hold my shield up.
All right, Angela. Well, that's a
I
heck of a battle cry.
You can use one in potions as a bonus
yes,
action.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just wondering which one. Should I just go for the greater? What does the greater healing potion do exactly?
The greater healing potion was 4d4 plus 4, I believe. Let me make sure, because there's a sliding scale
4d4.
for them, and they have names that are sometimes out of place. No, Corwin, it is not a folding boat. Although that would be fun.
Sorry, what?
Folding boat. It's a magic item. It's fun. So yes, it's greater healing is 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. Might as well chug that one.
Okay. See, I've driven Angie to drinking again.
Not that kind.
What are you talking about? Healing potions burn when they go down, man. Ooh, that's the good stuff.
We're still dying for a drink after this.
Oh god. Alright, so I rolled that, right?
Yep, 4d4 plus 4.
Plus 4.
Hmm.
16. There we go.
All right.
There we go. Almost fine. Okay. Alright.
Somewhat dusty, but nonetheless worse for wear.
Alright, just trying to protect everybody. What would be the best thing to do? Maybe move and stand like in the middle behind all three of them, or does that actually help me with anything?
You can.
So, one of the things that I can suggest is look at the ability of the monster that they use to do the extra damage. So, once per
Okay.
turn, the Hobgoblin can deal an extra 2d6 damage to a creature it hits with a weapon attack if that creature is within 5 feet of an ally of the Hobgoblin that isn't incapacitated. So, that's
I
why this
see.
guy moved to the center, was to threaten
I
both
see.
Nathaniel and you. So if you attack this guy and bring him down,
Mm-hmm.
then that will actually remove that, and they'll have to either collapse into 2.
Well, that's the one I was going to target for sure.
That's a good idea.
I was just wondering if I should move in the center there, so that if any of them moved, I would swing at them. But you're telling me that their attacks would against me or anybody would multiply. Well, in that case, it would be against me. I would
Yes.
multiply that.
They
That's
would
kind of sucks because that was pretty catastrophic. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'll stay where I am and just hack at the one in the middle.
All right.
Oh gosh. All right.
Make
Please
it big.
land. Please land. Please
All right.
land.
You are able to cleave off the edge of his shield and slide your sword inside of his defenses into his chest. Roll damage.
Good.
Your follow-through leaves nothing to be desired. With a telling blow, he collapses to the
Yes! Oh, thank you. Thank you, dice. Thank you, dice. Oh.
The gods of dice smile upon you.
Yeah.
All
had me
praise to our end Jesus. Anything else?
Uh, you know what? Screw that. Might as well use that action surge and attack the next one.
Okay.
So I'm down one action surge, and I shall swing this thing again. Oh!
All right.
Oh wow.
He had not expected for you to slice through his ally and then immediately turn and launch into him. Moving quicker than the eye, you ram your sword home. Dealing
Not
a
terrible.
lethal blow to a second opponent.
Oh god, yes.
It is most definitely a turn of the tide.
Ah, thank you.
And I'm guessing that's it, or do you want to move?
I shall move right here to
Alright.
threaten that guy with my presence.
Yeah, shove the body off.
And then Tobias.
I am going to definitely not move this way because I just remembered that's a pit. But I am going to look at this fellow over here and point my finger at him and fix him with Scorching Ray.
Alright. So the first ray hits.
Another ray.
Yep.
Three rays.
Yes.
Out.
Second ray hits. And the third ray lands.
Oh!
The first two rays blast against his chainmail, causing it to singe and turn cherry red. The third ray, however, strikes him directly in the center of his chest, and the end of the ray strikes the wall behind him, as it leaves a cleanly burned hole through his body. And he collapses to the ground.
Wow. Wow.
Tobias kind of looks at the tip of his finger, confused for a moment, and then he looks at the smoldering corpse, and he just grins and chuckles to himself.
A tiny wisp of smoke rolls out of the tip of Tobias's finger.
He'll totally go do the finger guns, blow the end of it off type thing.
And Angie will return the thumbs up at him.
It's kind of hiding behind Nathaniel right now and kind of using him as cover, and she kind of peeks out behind him, and she's just kind of like, "Oh, that's a lot more bloodier than I expected."
This was indeed a bloodbath. Everybody okay?
Seem to have sprung a hold or two, but I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll be
Oh
fine.
gosh.
May I have
Oh,
that
God.
crossbow back?
Oh yeah, she just kind of fumbles with it, but hands it back to him. Thank you. I know I'm not a very good shot.
Just don't rush up to me like that again.
Doesn't mention the fact that she was using him as cover, and she just kind of nods her head.
Well, the
Alright.
hallway lays open before you. A series of hobgoblin bodies scattered around you.
Oh my gosh.
What was once a guard chamber has become a slightly heated morgue. It's spicy in here.
I'm just wondering, any gold on them?
You want to rifle through their pockets for loose grammar? Or change? Sorry. That's English that's rifles through people's pockets for loose grammar.
Do
Yeah.
we?
Can we loot them?
Might as well. We worked for it.
Alright. You will find that none of them are actually carrying coin. They
Oh,
seem
that
to be
sucks.
equipped in the same way that many guards are in town, rarely carrying a coin purse on them. Just weapons
Oh, well.
and a particularly bad attitude.
Yeah, these got sour after we tricked the two of them into dying.
Yeah. Well, I guess we move on. I'm
Yeah,
the
let's do
tank.
it.
I'll take the lead, and I will move slowly and carefully, eyeing everything for traps
All right.
This ghost hand
and
game is still
anything
here.
and anything out of the ordinary.
Well, you do spot one thing out of the ordinary. Um,
Okay.
in the hallway beyond, there is a streak of blood that leads from the door, and around the corner you spot a crouched hobgoblin leaning against the wall. But after a moment, you realize that it is actually the dead hobgoblin from earlier. His chest torn open by the magic missiles that were hurled through the door. His
Uh-huh.
wounds seem to have been hastily patched and stuffed with cloth, but his allies seem to have abandoned him once they realized it was far too late.
So he's dead then.
Yes, he is
Okay.
super dead.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, Angela.
Perception?
Nathaniel,
Sure.
are you just waiting on Angie to search the area, or are you keeping your eyes out and searching as well as you go along?
Oh, I'm searching. Yeah, my eyes are way better.
All right, go ahead and roll perception.
I can't see around the corner here like this.
Nathaniel is more focused on how much better his eyes are than Angela, and less focused on the actual objects that he is supposed to be searching.
Oh, God.
All right.
Everybody else moving up behind us?
Follow. Tobias will go last. He will make sure that he
Good.
stays behind Valatha.
Good. I love it.
Yeah.
Valatha and Tobias are searching as they go along as well.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely is.
Go ahead and roll those perception checks.
Wow. I'm too short. I can't see anything.
That's
All
how
right.
it goes.
As the group of you are about to move forward, Angela stepping over the slumped body of the hobgoblin, Valatha will feel a soft gust of breeze come from the wall to her left. From between the stones.
Malata just kind of
Ooh.
lets out a little gasp. Everybody can probably hear it. And she just turns to the wall and she says, "Oh, I just felt a tickle from the wall here."
The wall tickled you?
Yeah, it must have been like a little gust of wind or something.
Oh, that kind of tickle. That would have been scary. Alright then.
Yeah, not a tentacle.
Right. Okay.
I promise the wall's
So
not
shall
gonna hurt you.
we... Uh-huh. Okay, so shall we... I guess we shall examine that wall more closely, since apparently there's a passage.
Investigation.
So we look for the hidden passage.
All right, investigation or perception?
Ooh.
Do I need to roll for perception?
Yep.
Ah, god damn it.
Kind of bends down and she says, "Just leave it to me, guys."
Ooh.
Because one of her Rachel's called incisive sense gives her investigation or advantage on investigation. So, which wouldn't really be like their course.
Yeah, we brag and brag, but
Those elven abilities. Unfortunately, despite a extensive amount of searching in this corner, though you are sure now that there is a well-hidden secret door, you are sure that it is well hidden enough that you can't find the button to open it. And you
I guess...
can continue searching if you would like.
I
Maybe
guess
the button's-
kicking it real hard won't do.
Maybe there's a button further along the corridor.
We could do one more round maybe, and then move along the corridor.
I'm gonna start moving along and trying to spot the floor and walls for a button.
Okay.
Okay, that won't do if we keep rolling like this. Just be careful there.
All right.
I'm going
Tell
to
me
take this
when I
tab.
need to
We
roll
keep
whatever.
moving. We keep moving slowly then, I suppose.
Anything ahead?
So Tobias and Valatha have their rounds first before you guys move too far forward.
Oh, I'm
Right.
not moving without them.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said, Nat.
I said I'd take one more round of looking.
All right. And then another check from Valatha. Investigation.
Wow.
Oh damn.
You're totally giving up there, aren't you?
Fortunately, after no, stay back there. Fortunately, after a great amount of searching, Tobias is able to find the
Ooh.
button that opens the wall. During her examination of the door, Valatha actually had a hand covering it. One of the bricks
Well,
sinks
that happens.
inwards, and the door slides open.
As this happens, Velata would just kind of like make a little eep and just jump forward on top of Tobias, just because it just scared her.
I say, madam, I can't see anything from down here.
And he's like struggling and fussing, trying to get her to get off of him.
The doorway opens up to reveal a narrow chamber full of
Ooh.
several boxes of trade goods, marked with the symbols of a few of the trading posts that you have seen in Waterdeep, and the symbolic flood of grain coming from the woman's hands that is the ever-present symbol of Golden Fields.
Hmm.
It looks as if these stacks of boxes and tossed aside sacks hold much of the ill-gotten gains of these hobgoblin raiders.
Okay.
We'll
Well, I
be able to
guess. I'll go on.
we'll be able to report these crates once we get back.
That's what I was thinking. We could also maybe search for any coinage we could take as payment, perhaps, maybe.
Or there could be gear in there we could use.
That too. I mean, everything else we definitely report everything we found and sort of hint and imply we might keep the coinage for finding this.
Oh, so one of the things that you will know that unless a particular unless you are inside of a particular area or on an established trade route, if you find things, normally they are yours by the law of the land. Remember, this is this is the savage frontier of the North. Now,
Okay,
if
then.
you were to show up with a box of goods and a merchant was to accuse you of stealing them, then he would be lying, but it would be up to the local constabulary to figure that out, and there would be a whole rigmarole there. But for the most part, when adventurers show up with boxes of goods saying, hey, look what we found, unless they're actively attacking caravans, they're generally believed.
Okay, then. Guess I'm trying to be too lawful here.
Oh no, it's totally fine. Just I mean, you grew up in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Out here on the Savage Frontier, it is very much finders keepers. And
All
if
right,
you choose to return said goods without charging anything for them or just selling them on the open market, you're generally looked upon as a good and kind soul. And if you do decide to sell them instead of returning them, you are looked upon as a shrewd individual skilled in trade.
Mm. Well, I guess it depends what we find, because some of the stuff, if it's just general trade boxes, some of the stuff might be completely useless to us.
True.
So, I
So you want to
guess let's.
take a little bit of time to go through the boxes, or at least the open sacks and pouches.
Well, this room was quite well hidden. There's got to be a reward here.
Yeah, let's check
So
it out.
let's look. Let's look through the stuff in here. Carefully, because traps.
All right. Go ahead and roll yourselves some perception checks.
Thank goodness it's not initiative. So what do I roll to open this this chest and see what's inside it?
Oh, a dex save.
Investigation or perception? Oh, initiative. What?
That was better than being told a dexterity save.
That's
Don't you dare throw a mimic at us now.
I throw nothing at you. This is a pre-made adventure. I didn't do this.
Yeah, right.
I don't believe you.
I shout over to Angela, hey, what's over in the back there?
So, the group of you are able to rifle through several boxes, sacks, barrels, etc., 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 and you find several items of interest and much, much more of no interest.
Okay.
It seems that most of these goods were traveling between Golden Fields and Waterdeep, which is obviously the trade route that you were on, so that's not surprising. Many of the cases, even the ones that were marked with Waterdeep stamps, were obviously meant for specific mercantile organizations, and they contain grains, dried corn, vegetables. There's one that contains a large stack of hides, but after a short amount of inspection, you can tell that these have been here for a time and have rotted mostly through, as they were not cared for. But you do find, slipped beneath one of the large barrels in the back that you are fairly sure is filled with some form of alcoholic beverage, a very pungent one considering the smell in the corner. There is a pouch that has been stuffed, probably by one hobgoblin who wanted to keep what he found. There is a set of silver nuggets inside of it. 7 of them in total, of varying sizes, worth about 150 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
That's a score.
Well, party loot? Party loot.
In addition, you do crack open one of the chests, one of only 2 that are there. You find one to be empty, and the other has armor in it.
Okay. Armor.
3 sets of chainmail, 2 steel targes, and 5 sets of leather armor. 3 with studding and 2 without. There is also a single chain shirt, and the set of rivets that look like they would probably be used to put together other heavier pieces of armor.
Oh, wow.
All told, just these items being sold in town, should you be willing to carry the heavy chest of armor back with you, would probably be worth around 300 gold pieces.
That is very nice.
Considering
Chainmail's
the...
considered.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, chainmail's considered medium armor, right?
Heavy, I think.
Let me check, but I think
That's
it's heavy.
I think it's a starter heavy, because that's what fighters begin with.
Yes. Chainmail is a heavy armor. So a medium armor would be like the chain shirt.
Okay.
Although you're probably looking out for a breastplate or half plate, ideally. Those get a little expensive, 400 and 750 gold pieces, respectively.
Yeah. Well, I know Velatha can at least make use of a shield. I think. Can she equip shields?
So you are you multi-class or are you single class?
Just a regular bard.
Okay, regular bard. Let me go ahead and check your proficiencies.
I don't see shields on there, so probably not.
So bard is light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. I think valor bards get the higher weapon proficiencies, but you are not a valor bard, right? You're a lore bard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, rather than deciding who takes what, we should throw everything into party loot, under the idea, under the premise that we'd be taking this with us on leaving the dungeon, I guess.
All right. So I'll just write down 450 gold pieces worth of trade, miscellaneous trade goods.
Okay. So, okay, you already did that. Nice.
Yep. Now, for the piece de résistance. The
Okay.
door that you came through is not the only secret door that you find in this hallway.
Oh.
There is another secret door in the back corner of these ruins, and this one, oddly enough, is so covered in dust and gathered mold that you are relatively sure the hobgoblins have not even been making use of it. They may not even know that it is here.
Oh, that is nice. A nice mellow trap. Well, I worry there might be one. Don't exactly smell one.
You're
So,
not gonna die on me today. Just do something.
okay, so let's try and figure out how to open this one.
It's actually relatively easy. There is a small series of 4 bricks that can actually be rotated. And when you do so, the door grinds to the side, revealing a musty and dank central room.
Ooh. So Angie will peek carefully around the corner, worried there might be more traps.
A small
let's-
mote of glowing light comes from a rather shimmering fungus cluster on the roof of this room, and it sheds a dim, strange light on a single wooden box in the back of the room.
Velata's just gonna whisper and be like, "Can I have a peek? I can see in the dark."
Sure, though I am carrying a lantern, so no worries. But come on up.
Velata kind of moves up beside her and she kind of peeks through and she goes, should we try opening it with my ghosty hand?"
The chest. Might as well.
Alright.
At least if it blows up, it doesn't blow up in our face.
You gonna summon up your mage hand?
Yes, Velata's going to conjure up her mage hand, singing a little tune. Ghosty hand, you're the hand with the plan.
Alright. The hand with the plan appears before you.
And the hand moves to open the chest.
The wooden box does not seem to have a hinged lid. In fact, it's not a chest at all, but an actual box. So it would have to be pried open.
Okay.
Can it be dragged over to the door?
Do you want to try and drag it with the mage hand?
Don't drag it.
As the spectral hand grabs the side of the box, it pulls and then slides through the side of it. A sure sign that the box is definitely heavier than 10 pounds.
It's a heavy box, so it can't quite grab it, unfortunately, and move it this way.
There might be something good in it then. In a room that hidden. All right, I guess Angie will carefully step inside a room.
Okay. You're searching the area, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll either a perception or investigation check. Investigation's better, but perception will do.
That's not good enough, I guess.
Should I take a peek?
You don't find anything. Do you want to continue forward or allow your companions to move in and take a peek?
I'll allow them to take a peek as well. I'm very wary of this room. A room with a box.
Certain.
It's been hidden away for so long.
Walta's certain she can find something useful this time.
Is Tobias still hanging out in the hallway, like, watching for attacking hobgoblins, or?
No, its player just forgot to move him.
Okay. Darn. I was hoping the little bunny was alone in the hallway.
Would.
Alright, after a rousing few tense moments of investigation, you don't find anything strange about the area other than the rather decrepit box that is filled with some mysterious objects.
Walta looks to Angie and goes, "Can I open it?"
Sure.
All right. She takes a couple steps forward and she, I guess, pushes the lid off.
This
Just.
is perfect.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, I heard something. What's up?
What just happened?
As Velatha strides across the room, she feels just the lightest tug on one of her shins. Nailing the trip line causes a series of gears in the ceiling and in the walls to begin turning and spinning wildly, and before you can react, a series of large swinging axes slide down from the stone ceiling above, cleaving through Velatha and Angie as they slice everything in the room.
Oh dear.
What?
Yep.
Okay, what kind of healing do I need to do now?
We'll probably be dragging pieces back.
Velatha, surprisingly, despite being in the center of the area, has a pair of blades pass directly on either side of her, leaving her completely unsaved, except for a few little spatterings of hair that drift down to the ground.
Only the penitent man shall pass.
Unfortunately, despite being probably one of the most penitent individuals in the group, Angela was never taught by her grandfather how to duck.
Oh.
Raising her shield in an attempt to block the incoming blow, she finds that the sharpened steel is more than a match. It buries itself through her shield, slams into her body, and pins her against the wall.
Ow.
Before yanking back forward, practically wrenching the shield from her hand and swinging back up into the ceiling.
Don't tell me I lost my shield.
No, but it's got a nice hole in it now.
Hey.
You take 15 points of slashing damage.
God damn it.
Hey, weren't there more shields in this room here?
A little targes, yes.
little baby shields.
Eh.
Although a little shield is just as functional as a large shield, despite my extreme disagreement being a sword fighter myself, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition has determined that a smaller shield is easier to move into the way of attacks, but covers less area, and then a larger shield is so cumbersome that you can't move it around, but it covers enough so it's kind of just evens out.
Do we actually have like a gear damage mechanic here? Am I going to have to repair the shield?
The gear damage mechanic is if I tell you that it's broken and unusable, then it is broken and unusable. Currently, it just has a little hole in it. So other than
Okay.
extra visual effects or more realistic aspects of description added to the game, it doesn't have any detrimental effect on the protectiveness of your shield.
Just put some
Okay.
plastic on it. You'll be
All
good.
right.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
actually studying how to do mending, so once I get that learned up, hey,
After
He's
the
gonna bust
adventure,
out
we're
some Gorilla Glue, jam some metal rings in there, and just be like, it's fine.
after the adventure, we're definitely fixing that.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay,
Valata's standing there. These two giant axes just freaking swung in front of her and behind her. She's totally frozen. Her skin color, if it was possible, becomes even more pale, and she's standing there. Just you can see her trembling a little bit. She's not making any sounds.
and Angie will be like, I'm alright. Let's hope this trap doesn't reset itself.
The blades are no longer swinging in the room and have receded into the ceiling above you.
Was it the passing through the light that triggered it? I think? Or was it something else?
Only Velatha knows, and she seems to be not saying anything at the moment.
Elias is gonna again, push between Nathaniel's legs so that he can peek out at Valata and call out to her, Valata, Valata, what did you do? Do you know why that happened?
Can you run by me what exactly happened? Because it was the box.
Very quickly.
Yeah, it did.
So, as you are moving forward toward the box, you felt a light tug on your shin, as if you brushed up against something that gave you some resistance, and then you heard the smallest sound of a trap wire breaking.
It was a tripwire. Okay. Does the tripwire still exist, or is it gone?
Looking down and inspecting, you see that it is most definitely there, but it is on the floor, having been torn free from its mechanism.
Well, either way, Angie will no longer be standing in the path of the swing of that thing. Just in case. It seems to have swung down the center of the room. All right, let's have a look at this box.
Perhaps you should check to if there are other tripwires or trap-like things.
That's true. Well, presumably I'm still looking as I move square by square.
You do not seem to find any other. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know why. Sorry, dealing with back-end stuff. Yes. That's it.
Well, I don't know how many more healing potions I'm going to need.
There we go. That should be fixed now,
So,
Nala.
all good.
So you said it was a box. So was it like the kind of box that has the lid automatically opens? Is it a lid that can be pushed off?
No, it's like a crate. So the wooden bindings on top of it, or sorry, the metal bindings on top of the wood, kind of hold everything in place. It looks as if this was made for long-term shipping.
Okay. Is
Although
it
doesn't have
currently?
any postage on it?
Okay. Is it currently open or?
No, it is currently shut. So if you had like a crowbar or some other long metal object that you wanted to jam into the crack of it to pry the top open, you could do so. And Angie, as you look through the area, you don't find any other tripwires, although that does little to soothe your worries, as you didn't find the other one either.
Yeah. So as far as prying the box open, well, the hatchets have a nice wedge shape. That could be used. And yeah, I do worry about how many more healing potions I'm going to need in this dungeon. So if anybody could like heal me up a little bit somehow.
Let's see what I got.
Malta's gonna turn and look at Angie, and it's gonna kind of bring her back to reality, and she's gonna be like, here, let me patch you up.
Oh, thank you.
I think I accidentally selected level 2 healing. I don't think there's a difference, right?
Level 2 healing word?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think there's a
so
difference.
that's the higher level cast. You see how it says higher level cast is
Yeah.
extra d4? Alright, so just use the bottom number if it was a first level spell.
God, I hate those traps.
Though you can't be sure, the feeling seems to be mutual.
You don't say.
So you're wanting to pry open the top. Prying open the side will be just as
Just-
basically the same thing.
Well, just
Prying
wherever
open a
I,
different set of boards.
yeah, wherever I can find a gap, I'll stick the blade of one of the hand axes and just try to use it as a little crowbar.
All right. It doesn't take too much effort to crack this little box open, and thankfully, no terrible things happen when you do so. But, well, I mean, you don't feel like any terrible things happen when you crack it open. Tobias might be a different story, depending on how much he likes books. The inside of the chest contains more than a dozen completely rotted books. These
Oh,
tomes have long been consumed by mold. However, there are also a pair of fine jade idols in the shape of a crouching woman holding up a scything blade with both hands. The shape of the moon. Also, the shape of the blade that slammed into your chest earlier.
yeah, I was just thinking that.
Are the books at all like? Is there any way to restore them to legibility?
You are relatively sure that the paper or parchment that was used to make these books has become one piece in most fashions. Any kind of restoration is far beyond anything other than a temporal flux that would roll back time.
I would like to get a closer look at these jade idols.
Not realizing the fate of the books, Tobias will just kind of plop back on his haunches, and his ears are going to lower. He just looks very sad.
Yeah, that's a shame.
The
So-
idols are in
Yeah.
fairly good state of repair, considering how long they've been left here. Just a simple hand smoothing over them brushes off any of the mold that's crept onto their surface. They're fully intact and look to be worth probably 75 gold pieces apiece.
Not bad.
But is there any significance to these idols?
Other than the scythe blade, that one would make a nice souvenir actually.
You can go
Something
ahead
for
and
anti-trouble.
roll a history or religion check if you want to try and determine if they're of any particular significance.
I will assist whoever's doing the history check. If anybody's doing a history check, or I'll
Okay.
do it myself.
Are you proficient, Angela?
Not really.
Okay.
Just a
Then
basic
then
thing.
you'd have to roll yourself, Tobias.
I will
do that. Right? Meow.
Bunny says meow. Um. So, you are able to remember a story of an ancient group of barbarians. Um, during the time of the Nephirim, they did have a small society and worshipped a moon goddess, but this may or may not have anything to do with it. It does bear a striking resemblance, but without more to go on, it would be hard to determine.
Can we define what race the woman depicted is?
It is a relatively smooth idol. The only way that you're able to tell that it is a woman is from the curvature of the body. There are no real facial details. The hands are like one smooth piece that obviously look to represent hands. It is not
Right.
finely carved.
Okay. It's still very interesting. Would definitely look pretty nice in my collection, I think.
Unfortunately, that is all that seems to be in that box. A disappointing amount of destroyed literature and a pair of jade idols.
Well, we put the idols in the party loot, I guess.
I'm definitely gonna want to research them a little bit more, I guess.
Angie kind of feels like the one with the scythe would make a nice souvenir after this frickin' encounter with the trap.
I don't think we're gonna sell them just yet, so don't worry about that.
All right.
So, party loot. Party loot.
Yep, it's been added.
Okay,
Yay.
let's continue back down the hall. Get out of this room.
Alright.
Unless some people want to recover a little bit, I don't know.
I would kind of like that. But for that, we would have to take, what, a long rest?
If you want to recover, you can
I don't
either
think
take
it's
a
safe
short
enough.
rest or so you can take a short rest, a long rest, or you can have Bethaniel cast Prayer of Healing. Prayer of Healing takes 10 minutes. A short rest takes an hour, and you expend hit dice in order to regain hit points. And a long rest takes 8.
Well,
Well,
I did
10
use
for
the
you.
yeah, I did use that sword a little bit.
Can I help us?
I would like to continue with my hit points restored because those buggers, they hit hard.
For expedience's sake, Prayer of Healing is going to be our best bet, assuming Nala has the spell slots.
Yeah, I still have a spell slot for that.
Second level.
Oh.
Yeah, I got one left.
All right.
If we continue, then it'll be without spell slots.
Yeah, but she has some pretty powerful cantrips. Toll the Dead's not anything to sneeze at.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
been wonderful so far.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem to click, right? Oh, right. It's asking what level is submitted as. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Look up.
All right. After 10 minutes of casting, everyone gains 8 hit points.
All right.
So I believe that will make Bethaniel and Tobias fully healed, and Velatha as well, and then Angela is still slightly injured.
Well, gotta persevere. At least I don't think she's in any immediate danger right now. Okay, so we're back at it. Moving slowly and carefully.
All right. Oh, doesn't everybody go
Watching
ahead and
every
give
step.
me a perception or investigation check again?
Oh god. Here we go again.
Are you still hanging out in that room there, Nat, or have you just not moved yet?
Balata has advantage on her investigation, so it's always going to be the higher roll.
Okay. So, as you move forward, Angie gets to about here before Velatha, right behind her, will spy that something is definitely wrong. Several of the stone plates in the ground look differently shaded.
Oh great. Now it's the Jehovah is spelled with an I.
Yeah, I wouldn't step on those if I were you.
No, no. Okay, okay. Not stepping then.
You are able
Um,
to, after she points them out, leap over them without any particular difficulty.
okay.
There's just a single row of them that is discolored.
Okay. So is that like a trap or
Oh
a
yeah, it is.
switch thing? Okay. Oh,
No,
all
it
right.
was a trap, and you are avoiding.
Okay.
You're avoiding the setting off of the trap.
Oh, good. And it's marked. Okay.
It
Jeez.
looks like such a happy little clown skull. It just wants to be your friend.
I'll pass. Thank you. Okay. Careful
They'll
peek
float
around
down.
the corner.
More
They
investigation.
all float down here.
Very careful peek around the corner.
You see that the hallway goes 10 feet and then ends in another door.
Oh, great. Okay. Now then. Let's examine the door carefully. Can we hear anything on the other side?
Well, are you examining the door or listening at it?
Okay, first let's examine the door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Investigation. Oh, crap.
It doesn't
Well
appear
then.
to be trapped, but you notice two things. First, there's the smell of sweat and waste coming from it.
Ew.
Second,
Yummy.
it is locked.
Oh, great.
For some strange reason, the saying, "somebody jiggle the handle," runs through your head.
What?
I mean, it smells like sweat and waste, and it's locked. Oh, somebody jiggle the handle, God.
No. So it's locked. We didn't
Balata just
encounter
takes the
any
whip.
keys along.
She takes the whiff and she just goes, ugh. And then she goes, well, wait a minute. If all those other hobgoblins were in here, does that mean that they were just waiting for us in their bathroom?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Or maybe you have to go to the bathroom to get to their main. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Hobgoblins are weird.
Do hobgoblins even bathe?
Not sure if I even want to know that.
Do we think there's anything possibly of value in there?
Well, this is the only way forward, isn't it?
Are we done clearing this place of hobgoblins, or is there another big smelly one on the other side of that?
I don't think we passed any other branches of the corridor, have we? Because there
Then
was the hidden room, then there was just the straight corridor that turns here. So this is like the only way to proceed.
You are correct. There have
Uh,
not been any other areas that have led off of here, at least not that you've found.
But we didn't find a key.
You did not.
We did search the hobgoblins before.
What about the dead one? We didn't search that one, did we?
I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
ahead and just
they're all
wave my
dead,
hand
but
and
I
say
mean,
that you
one
did
right
as
next
you
to
were
the
passing
fire.
by. He did not have a
Hmm.
thief. Sorry,
Okay.
what was that, Nala?
I said about like did we check that dead hobgoblin? Then I ended up correcting myself and yelling over. They're all dead.
Hmm. Yeah, I got it now.
To,
I figured you meant the one around the bend of the corridor there.
Yeah, the one next to
Excuse me.
The guy who bled to death.
Yeah.
All right. Oh
They're all
gosh.
dead.
So now what do we do?
If
It's locked with a key, right? No hidden switch or anything.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Sammy came in to let me know she's going out for another walk.
Oh.
okay,
So
how,
it's clearly locked with a lock-in key and not like a hidden switch somewhere, right?
Yes, it clearly has a lock on the door, keyhole, and all that jazz.
can we pick the lock?
Tobias, yeah, I was gonna say Tobias will look between the other three and ask if any of them know anything about picking locks.
I'll look towards Spilatha.
Well, last time I leveled up, I actually picked up proficiency with thieves' tools, but I don't remember ever buying any.
Well, you
Lots
know,
of
you do have a weapon that might just do away with the lock.
Lotta's going to.
It's inset into the door. It's not like a padlock, so it would take a lot of hacking. However, you can still roll with thieves' tools, then use makeshift tools. You'll just be rolling at disadvantage. Go
Well,
ahead, Valatha.
Okay.
Lotta was, as she was asked to see if she had anything useful, she kind of gets a surprised, like happy look on her face, and she reaches into her pack and takes out her little pan flute, and she just starts to play it.
Okay.
I was hoping she was
Oh,
going to
hold
pull
on,
out like
hold on.
lockpicks or something.
Hey, can I use guidance?
You can use guidance, yes.
But I mean, would that help with the lock picking?
Yep. It is.
absolutely.
Yeah. What was that, Nat?
I just said that it absolutely would.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Okay.
So hold on. While Valata is actually playing her flute, it actually has a purpose to it.
Okay.
She is going to cast Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
On whoever's going to try to open the door.
So I'm just trying to poke at the lock with like a hairpin or something. I suppose.
Hold
So
on,
what do
hold
I
on.
roll?
I need to roll a d4, I believe, for your guidance.
Actually, the person who it's cast on rolls the d4.
Okay.
So yeah.
Roll
what
for
you're gonna-
guidance.
What was that, Nala?
I'm just saying to Angela to roll for guidance.
Okay.
Okay,
so you have Bardic Inspiration, and you have Guidance on you as well. So what you'll do is go ahead and click on the Thieves' Tools proficiency that you have, and it will query.
Mm-hmm.
You will select Dexterity.
Dexterity. Okay. And submit.
And then you will roll a d4, and you can choose to roll a d6 if you would like as well.
In addition or instead?
Yeah, in addition, because you currently have Bardic Inspiration and Guidance.
So that's a D4,
So
and
that'll be a total of 20. I would suggest keeping the Bardic Inspiration die.
Okay.
So you have the Bardic Inspiration D6
That was done right there.
that you can use.
Okay, I'm getting a bit lost now.
Okay, so there are several things that are happening. I'll go through them
Yes.
one by one.
Mm-hmm.
you say that you are going to attempt to pick the lock on the door.
Yes, indeed.
Start pulling out your hairpins.
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel casts guidance on you to try and
Mhm.
assist, walking up, touching you, and giving you an extra D4 that you can add to a ability check of your choice. And
Okay.
Thieves' Tools is an ability check.
Mm-hmm.
In
Which I
addition
did
to
roll up
that,
there, right?
Velatha
Mm-hmm.
activated her class ability, Bardic Inspiration, to give you an
Mm-hmm.
inspiration die. So Bardic Inspiration you can choose to use when you need it.
Okay, so
then
it stays with me for a while.
Yeah, yes. So Bardic
Okay.
Inspiration lasts for 10 minutes. So it lasts for a
Okay.
while, and it's consumed when you decide to use it.
Okay, I see.
So you rolled your check, and then I said
Mm-hmm.
you can roll the D4 from the
Okay.
guidance
Okay,
to add to
which
your
I did.
roll. And then I said
And the
you
last
can
one
hold
I
on.
can choose.
It,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the last one you can choose to roll, or you can choose to keep it. And I told you that you don't need to roll it because
All
you
right.
already have
Okay, I see.
surpassed it.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
you
So I keep it then.
Yes.
I get it now.
So you have successfully managed to unlock the door.
Yay. All right.
Tobias, is that where you're hanging out at?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. My Discord had a fit for a second. Can you repeat what you told me?
I was asking if back here was where you're hanging out at.
Was not supposed to be. No.
Okay.
Okay, so since we were quiet about coming up here, we avoided a trap, and we were quiet about opening the door. I guess what we can do is quietly open it and peek into the next room.
Okay, so you're just gonna like try and open it a sliver.
I think so, yeah, and have a
Inside.
peek.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
Oh, that's not going to end well, is it?
Okay. So yeah,
Maybe someone else should.
if you want to try and crack the door and just take a little look without anyone who may potentially be beyond in the room beyond seeing you, it would be a stealth roll.
Oh
My
boy.
stealth is at 2.
You can also swing the door open and burst in like a group of crazed madmen, and women. Mostly women, actually, I think. Nope, even split now. Never mind.
2 and 2.
Oh, what the hell. Let's try.
Oh,
Alright. You slide the door open, and you are able to peek inside. This room is definitely occupied. Two hobgoblins stand watch with bows readied, aimed, and drawn. And in the back, there is a bugbear with a heavy crossbow.
Buckle.
Of course. God damn it.
shields up.
Velatha's just gonna be like, Angie, what do thine human eyes see?
Trouble. Trouble's what I see.
The bugbear is wearing hide armor and carrying a shield, although he's not using it right now. But the hide armor has a large series of red splashes on it that seem to make a kind of hand.
Well, Angie would describe the situation inside the room as best she can.
Okay.
So everybody's updated. Well, I'm guessing everybody sees this this map, right?
Yep. In addition, you see the following things. This room is definitely the living quarters for the hobgoblins. Thus, the reek of sweat and waste, as they are not particularly clean creatures. Several straw pallets dotted around the perimeter have been set up in order to make sleeping areas. There is a door in the southwest corner of the room, and the creatures inside seem to be on guard, having been alarmed earlier by the combat.
Great. Well, I guess that at least they don't know that we know. So how can we use that to our advantage?
The hallway is quite the funnel, I'd say.
It is. The door is also a giant shield, and we're right at it, and we have enough of a slitter to peek through. Maybe we could fire at them, be it crossbows or magic.
Fire?
I would say so. I guess that's the safest course of action that we could do. We
Just
we
keep in
shoot
mind
at
that
them.
if you can fire at them, they can most certainly fire back at you.
But they don't know we're there, so would we have a round of surprise on?
I mean, even through the door, which is mostly closed.
If you can fire through the door at them, they can fire through the door at you.
That
Yes.
sucks.
Because a hole is a hole, and a roll is a roll. And if we shoot through those holes, then we shoot you in the rolls.
That freaking sucks.
You might have a little greater advantage of cover, so your AC will be a little bit higher.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that you will get away uninjured. And having several of you in the hallway, if you are only opening the door a sliver to fire through, is going to limit the amount of people who can actually fire. Because it is just a 5 foot wide, 10 foot high door.
If you can just put a scrap in one of them.
Sorry, what was that question that you asked, Nat?
I said, so they don't know we're there yet. It is possible we could get a round of surprise on them.
From the alert status that Angie has described to you, most likely not. It looks like they are waiting at any moment for the group to come through. They are on very high alert. So if you waited for a while, they might be less alert. But as of right now, if you flung the door open and ran inside, it would be every initiative for themselves.
Anybody feel like a nap?
Wait it out. Take them by hunger.
I don't really see the need to. I mean, we're none of us are like looking super injured, so I think if it's gonna have to be open combat, then so be it.
Yeah, if it comes to that, Angie would run up as fast as she could to one of them, right in their face. But I'm worried about taking 2 arrows, the moment the door opens. I'd like to avoid that, and I'm wondering if there's anything we can do.
Yeah, so if you open the door right now without knowing that they were behind it, they would get a surprise round on you because they were prepared. But if you burst through the door quickly, there is no surprise round. It's all how much faster do you move than them.
Initiative versus initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's if they were in the room and they weren't alerted, then you would get a surprise round if you burst into the room. But then if you just open the door and walk in, you don't get a surprise round because you're just as surprised to see them as they are to see you. So that's kind of the way the initiative works. If one party is aware of or waiting for the other, then that one is going to be able to initiate combat and gain advantage. But if both parties are aware of each other or are waiting for it, like, it's every initiative for themselves. That's where rogues are good. And
I do think that's our option, though.
And Aravan with his stupid
bonus. That is an option. That is an option. Okay, what else could we do?
We could go back to the room the hobgoblins never went to, have a nap. and then come back, and hopefully we'll find them asleep.
Maybe if they think we've left, that's an option. Or wait a minute. Wasn't there a large wooden table and chairs, lots of nice firewood? Well, the problem is
You
we
just
don't.
really want to set this dungeon on fire, don't you?
I want to frickin' smoke them out,
Hey,
or
very
choke them by
flammable.
smoke.
But smoke also affects us.
Well, we can just leave. They're barred in there.
Yeah, we could evacuate, closer to the entrance, and avoid the smoke and wait for them to come out.
Also,
Well, unless, well, we don't know if this dungeon has another exit, though. That's the problem.
keep in mind.
There's a door.
Yeah, that worries me.
Keep in mind. There's also looks like I'm not sure. There's hay bales next to that dude, the bugbear. So
Yes. Those are the sleeping pallets.
Do they look flammable?
They're covered with like ramshackle hides and stuff like that. They look more moist than flammable, but if like Tobias, if you threw a torch on it, it'd probably take a little bit for it to catch fire. However, if Tobias, hurled a firebolt at it, that's fire of a different temperature, and you could probably light it up.
Yeah, I get the feeling they pissed their beds.
Oh God. I
Hey.
don't want to know about it.
Don't judge them. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I opt for the nap.
Yep.
it might be a good idea. Yeah, because I'm out of bardic inspiration. So
Short rest and come back.
Alright, so taking an hour?
Yeah, do we go bar ourselves in the farther room?
Don't worry about moving yourselves back. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll roll my encounter die, and
No, if we do it that way, we should at least keep watch, because at some point those guys will come out of here thinking
so a short
that
rest.
we've left the dungeon.
So with a short rest, you don't have to like sleep or anything like that. Like you just kind of like rest, relax, recuperate, bandage up.
Okay.
Take it easy. Non-strenuous activity.
No, I mean my current bardic inspiration will
Oh yeah, long gone.
time out. Yeah,
But
I'll need a fresh set.
on the other hand, I believe, does Valotha get her bardic inspirations back on a short rest, or is that a long rest thing?
That's a good question.
it's only long rest.
Ah, fudge.
Yep. Regain any expended bardic inspirations when you a long rest.
And if we sit in that room for frickin' 10 hours.
There's really no need to sit for a long rest, I don't think.
No, I mean, to actually have a long rest and replenish everything, we would have to take 10 hours. So they will come out of here for sure. We won't get our full rest, because they will come after us. There's just no logical way they would stay here that long.
That's why I thought we'd have a nap in the trap room.
Oh, if we can close it up again. But can we open it again from the inside?
Yes, there's a switch on both sides. So if you want to take your short rest in that room, then we can go ahead and do that. Yes, no, potato?
By trapper, you mean the one with the pits?
The crate, the big crate, and the blades that went swish.
Yeah, the blade room. We could hide there for the duration of a long rest, so that we regain everything, including Valotha's bardic inspiration. But how would that work? I don't want those guys like bringing reinforcements within 10 hours.
Remember, they never noticed that door in the first place.
I know they never noticed that door. Just want to do this in like a good, efficient way.
As thrilling as going around in a circle constantly is becoming,
Well,
I'm gonna nod off if we don't make a decision soon. So
well, here's the thing. Valata only needs to trance for 4 hours, and that equals a long rest. So
What can I
And
give you for
if we don't end up waiting at all, and Angie still had that bardic inspiration unused, right?
yeah, but that goes away after 10 minutes. So if she wants to keep it, she can keep it and keep going with it. Right now.
Because right now I'm pondering then what if we just, because Corwin said that since we saw them, with the readied actions and whatnot, if we were to just bash the door open and barge in, they wouldn't have that surprise attack on us. Is that correct?
Just be initiative versus initiative, so we just have to hopefully score higher than them, and we could
Okay,
probably get in there.
so we don't get.
Unless they have a readied action, then they can shoot immediately once you open that door,
Hmm.
and that's it. But yeah,
You
They-
are
they-
Brown.
I mean, a short rest is not really. We don't have a definite outcome like in our favor by taking a short rest.
Yeah,
Equally, we don't have one by just bursting in. I'd say we just burst in and get it, rip off the band-aid, since we're going to eventually have to fight these guys anyway.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
heavily fallen over doing things that are not really going to have a for sure positive outcome.
That's very true. Yeah.
all right,
But we know they're aiming at us, so we'll just try to duck as we barge in
yep,
fast.
yeah, shields
And
up.
shields up. That's right.
Shields up.
So let's go ahead and roll some initiative then.
Hey!
that's some good initiative rolls. Well,
Freaking bugbear. I hate those things.
Feeling is mutual.
well, look at it this way. They go last, so
Yep, apparently they were not expecting you to just burst in and start swinging.
thinking themselves, they're just gonna talk about it for like 30 minutes, aren't they? Oh wait, what?
I mean, they already did that, so.
So if we didn't end up waiting, I should still have that bardic inspiration on me, right?
Yeah, you still got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it took you 30 minutes of talking about it, so I could remove it, but.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Who am I missing? I'm missing Velatha.
Yeah, whenever I roll initiative, it says you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Click your token.
Okay. Well, I didn't know I actually had to have her selected to do that, but okay.
Yep. Yeah, you have to have your token selected, and then it'll roll with that. All right, that's good there. So Velatha and Bethaniel, what is your dexterity score?
I have it. Dexterity 2. Do you want the bigger number?
Nope. Just
I have
bonus.
14.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your wisdom?
14.
Wisdom is the total wisdom I have is 15.
Okay. So Bethaniel, you're at the top of initiative.
Okay.
A door swings open, and the battle is joined. Bethaniel, go.
Toll the dead.
All
They're
right.
not injured yet, but okay.
Who are you targeting?
Is the bugbear within range?
Yep. Range is 60 feet.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 6.
Yeah, they'll be within range for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
On the bugbear.
He will make his saving throw.
Crackers.
On the money.
Okay.
True.
Movement or
I'm
anything?
good here. Does someone else want to take my spot?
Where is your spot?
I'm right behind Angela.
Oh no, I think I'll just stay right back here where my little bunny feet are.
Okay. Velatha, are you gonna want to stand where I'm standing?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. I don't think I can do much more. Because shooting my crossbow would be a second action. I don't have that. So
I had a question. As I rushed in on my turn, would chugging the potion of heroism stack up with the bardic inspiration if I needed it, for a save or something?
Well, they do two different things. So yes.
Okay.
The
Okay.
potion of heroism
That
gives you 10
gives me
temporary
hit
hit
points. Yeah.
points that last for an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
for the same duration, you're under the effects of Bless,
Bless.
which
Okay.
gives you a D4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws.
Uh-huh.
that's not bad.
Might as well, because I'm a little bit worried about that boss.
All right.
You
Velatha,
can
I
do that
think
on
it's
your
your
turn.
turn.
So Valatha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Velatha's gonna go ahead and cast Mirror Image on herself. I don't have to roll for that, do I?
Casting mirror image? No. So currently you have three. Oh, almost gave it to the wrong person. There is a shimmer and 3 duplicates of Velatha merge out of her body.
And she is gonna go forward here. And go right here.
All right.
And I believe that's all she can do, right? She can't attack or do anything like that.
Yeah, you used your action to cast mirror image. So then let's go ahead and go to Tobias.
I am going to scoot myself this way, and can I see this fella?
I believe you can.
I mean, my camera
has-
can my camera can see him.
Yes. You are
All right.
you are able to see him. He has partial cover.
Okay. What does partial cover do for him again?
+2 AC.
Kid. Okay. What am I gonna blast him with? If I were to be stupid and run up here, that would remove his cover. Well, that would also put me in melee range. Yeah, let's not do that.
Have you moved to here? No, you wouldn't be in
Yeah.
melee range. You'd be
Well, then
5
what's
feet
this?
away from melee range.
Well, then what is this?
That's Velatha.
Oh, well, fuck. Okay.
That
I
is
am
your
going-
ally. I would hope if you move up next to her, you won't be in
Okay,
melee
I am
range.
going to squeeze my small-sized body up to here, and I'm going to magic missile, and I'm going to div 2 to this guy and 1 to this fellow.
All right. Pew pew pew. All right. So he will take 7, and he staggers back, bloodied. This guy will take 3.
And once I have done that, I'm going to go right back the way I came.
All right.
Hit and run.
And Angela.
Okay. Oh god, do I want to use that potion? Or do I want to save it? Ah! Might as well. Just want to be safe. Want to keep everybody else safe by being safe myself. So
So
I'll
you run
quickly
away.
chug the. No. I'll quickly chug the potion of heroism, I guess.
All right. You feel filled with the power of valor.
All right. And which one do I attack? I think it might actually be wise to go after this guy.
You might want to
Right.
move in the middle there, because you could attack both from the middle and provide a AO's attack of opportunity.
Yeah, well, I can only attack one at a time, and if I do this, their attacks against me don't really stack unless they move. Well, they'll probably move anyway.
And one of them can move right past you and move up to Bethaniel and start stabbing him.
And can also
Yeah,
block
I
the path here.
suppose.
So yeah.
So what
if you
would
move
be
one
best
spot,
if I moved here, right in between them?
no. What I would recommend is actually moving a spot up.
Hmm. Yeah, but then no, if I'm here and the one on the right moves of 2 spots towards that entrance, then I can swing at him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because here they can still just maneuver around me without getting hit. So I
but if
think
they try to go past you, they'll have to do an attack. You'll get an attack of opportunity. Plus, you can kill one of them
No,
right
it's
there.
only when you leave the square, so he could move all the way over to here. It's when you leave the threatened range. So if one moved out of the square and up to Bethaniel, then Angela would get a swing if she was here.
Mhm.
But here, if they move anywhere in this area at all, she gets a swing. So this puts her in a less advantageous position for her getting hit, but prevents them more easily from moving all the way to the back and attacking the backliners. So I see what you're trying to do.
Very heroic.
Okay, I could finish off the bloodied one, but on the other hand, the bloodied one is more easily killed by
Yeah.
anybody else.
Okay, yeah, but they're moving next. So if there was somebody after you, yeah, but you have to consider, they're moving next, so you might want to try
I
killing.
know, I
You also
know,
have
I
an
know.
action surge, so
No, not anymore.
Which I used. I
you
used
use it.
that.
Right, never mind.
Yep.
I
So
would
you get
definitely
the
go for
double
the
kill.
bloody.
It was an epic double kill, that's true.
Okay. I think go with the bloodied one. The one
Bloodied?
on the other side is already injured. I can toll the dead on that one.
Right,
I
you
would.
can you can do toll the dead on him.
All right. So are you gonna swing?
Okay, wait. Which one are you attacking?
The bloodied one or the non-bloodied one?
They both still have the same AC, and I've been kinda able to one shot them.
Okay, you don't want to take that chance.
In general, if I may, usually when you're fighting more than one enemy, the rule of thumb is to focus on the most damaged one.
Alright, fine. I attack the damaged one.
All right. You cleave past his defenses after lunging into the room. Roll damage. And
That
that
should do it, I
lays him
think.
low.
Alright.
The force of the blow knocks him right off of his feet,
Oof.
and his body hurtles back into the filth of his bed.
Good, die comfortably, you bastard. Not that I care.
Speaking of being comfortable, as you rush forward, the bugbear will howl something in Goblin, and a series of hobgoblin battle cries sound out from around the room.
Oh god, no.
A hobgoblin on each side bursts from their hiding place in the pile of
Oh god, no.
hay, and they launch forward into a furious assault.
You just had to.
The blow lands solidly against poor Bethaniel, cleaving him for 4 points of damage. Another one swings into... Oh, the poor bard. Oh, Velatha.
Let's see here.
Go ahead and roll your d20. I think you need a... Was it an 8 or higher? Or no, it's a 6 or higher with 3 duplicates. So 6 or higher on a d20. Which would definitely be good because he also gets the martial advantage.
That's good.
So you avoid taking 14 points of damage as he cleaves through one of your doubles and it dissipates.
God.
And the third one will swing into Angie, but she was more than capable of defending herself against a opponent who she knows is there. In the meantime, the bugbear tosses his heavy crossbow on the ground and rushes forward to deal with Angela himself. He swings around with his massive Morning Star, and though Angie scoots about a foot when he slams it into her shield, it only numbs her arm slightly and does no damage past that. Nathaniel.
Ouch.
Okay, I know that the hobgoblin to the left of Angela is injured. That one, correct?
Yep.
Let's toll the dead on that.
Oh, miss it by 1. Alright, roll that d12. The bell
It's
tolls for him. Softly. Gently. Anything else? Actually, you're kind of trapped right there.
Yeah, well, it's not like another hobgoblin can try to come at me, huh? I'm gonna hold my shield up and try to hold my ground. I do have some potions, but I think I'll hold off for the moment, probably until the next turn.
Alright. Well, let's just hope that Tobias doesn't suddenly reveal the other half of his character's backstory, where he was cursed by a wandering star god and morphs into a hobgoblin. Velatha. You are now down to 2 of your images. Velatha?
Yeah, I'm just taking a look here.
Oh, okay.
Give me a moment. After the harpy fight, did we have a long rest or no?
Yes, after the harpy fight, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Why do you ask?
Because I can cast sleep on somebody.
Ooh.
Okay, so I gotta roll. It says roll 5d8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you want to pick what area you're targeting, and then you roll those 5d8, and we will put to sleep that many hit points worth of creatures.
And is it like all the creatures?
It is all the creatures in the area, including friendlies, yes. But it will target them starting with the lowest amount of hit points and going upward.
Okay.
And it targets based on the lowest amount of maximum hit points. It doesn't take into account hit point damage that's been dealt. So you can't smack somebody around and then cast sleep on them and have it be more effective. It's not like a Pokeball.
Okay, how many hit points does Angie have total?
Her maximum is 36.
Okay.
She is very tough.
So it's 20. So if I centered it here, would it hit everybody like here?
Would you like a graphic for it instead?
Yeah, sure.
I can give you a graphic for that. Well, let's go ahead and we'll make it like an aqueous orb. So you said it's a 20-foot.
Should I be concerned?
I'm guessing you probably have a lot of HP.
Which I'm trying to preserve. What are you doing?
Okay,
Well, I was
so-
putting everything to sleep in that area, which would include you. Yeah. So
So with 5d8, it is extremely unlikely that you will get to the point where you can knock Angie out. Also, you can probably guess that the other creatures, considering the fact that Angie's been able to kill several of them in a single blow, have less health than she does.
Right.
So they will be targeted first.
yeah. So let me go ahead and do that. And then really roll 5d8.
So this is the area that you wanted in right here? This kind of 4x4?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a really awful sleep spell.
Yeah, no kidding.
Apparently, the pressures of having two creatures swinging at you wildly is enough to affect your ability to cast magic. However, the good news is, this guy still falls asleep,
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
collapsing to the ground in a heap with a loud snore.
Good.
And then with her other action,
Good.
yeah, with her other action, she is gonna attack the one above her. Can she reach that guy?
The other action?
Yeah, she just casted. She hasn't moved or anything.
Yeah, but sleep takes an action to cast.
Oh, okay, so okay, never mind.
You can move?
All right. Nah.
Alright, so then Tobias.
All right, I'm gonna go. Oh, this guy. I can't do my trick again because this guy's in the way. Well, that's rude of him. Let's blow him up.
Okay.
I have a bad feeling about this.
It's okay. Tobias is gonna shoot right between your legs. Just. He will first say to,
But then you might want to watch out.
before taking aim at the hobgoblin.
Fire away. Alright. A series of 3 magical bolts blast into the hobgoblin, and he is hurled off of his feet and into the dirt,
Yay.
sliding back across the gristly stone.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
Small package, big booms.
I kind of like that. Pew. Pew, pew, pew. It's hard to see.
Is that the salty tears?
It was magic splatter.
Ooh.
What about like fire splatter? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Alright, anyway, sorry. I'm playing. So that was the end of him. Any movement, Tobias, or that it?
With that guy dead, I am going to go up here.
Yeah, you guys and your exact hit point damage.
And up here.
Okay.
I'm going to go into the corner.
You did touch this square, so he can take an attack of opportunity at you.
Hey, who?
This guy?
Oh, well, in that case, we're just going to stop right here.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Alright.
That's it. That's all for me.
Angela.
Yeah. I can just imagine that. Just about to step your foot to the threshold, and then it's like, ginger mud.
Ooh, yeah, guy with long sword, pointy metal. No, never mind.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going. Oh, I'm
then.
not going anywhere. Turns around.
Well, alright, I'll go after the one next to Vilafa.
All right, devastatingly accurate.
Whew. Eh, not too terrible.
What was the other strike that you took?
Hmm?
So you took precise strike, precision attack, rally, and maneuvering attack. Ah.
And I'd like to use the maneuvering attack at some point. I just don't know
So
how to use that really.
right now is the perfect time
Mhm.
for you to use it, which is why I brought it up. So
Mhm.
when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, so right now,
Which I just did, yeah.
you can expend a superiority die to maneuver one of your comrades into a more advantageous position. Add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and choose a friendly creature who can see or hear you. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of your attack.
Aha.
So you hit this guy,
Yeah.
you can say expend a superiority die, add a
Okay,
d8,
let's.
add a d8 to your damage, and then target whoever you want and say, hey, if you want to use your reaction, you can move up to 15 feet.
Alright.
And you still have Bardic Inspiration, remember.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, but you didn't need to use it because you hit.
Okay. Well, I did hit without killing him yet.
Yep.
So, extra 1d8 to damage.
Alright, and that will be enough to push him over the edge.
Yay.
Because I'm close to the edge.
Okay.
You are currently trying not to lose your head.
So who would benefit from moving?
Well, remember, Tobias tried to move, but he would have taken an opportunity attack. So now that that dude's dead.
Yeah. Well, Tobias can now move to a more advantageous position then.
Alright. So your speed is 30 or 35, Tobias?
He is a 30.
Alright. Yeah, you can move up to 15, so you could get in that corner if you wanted.
Yeah, that'll provide some cover behind the bed.
I mean, it's only like as high as your knees. But, I mean, it's
Well,
better
he
than
is
nothing.
tiny.
So yeah,
He's very small.
feel free to move. Hobgoblin time.
Nat, are you gonna move or not?
Get to this. I'm sorry, it was this corner you were talking about?
That's the spot you tried to move to last time, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Yes, it was. Okay.
All right.
I'm going in my I'm going in my safe corner.
You slide slightly in the filth that has been squished into that corner, but you are now tucked away.
Actually, no, don't describe filth.
Are you sure? Because I can.
Positive. I am quite positive.
Get horrendously graphic.
Yes, I know you will.
With
That's why
all
I
the
said no.
excruciating detail.
I don't need that. No.
I mean,
Nope.
so one of their primary food sources when not hunting is mushrooms, which they grow in. You know what? Never mind.
Corwin. I did say I do not consent.
All right. So the hobgoblin is just going to snore on his turn. The bugbear, however, is going to kick him awake, which will break the sleep.
But I took an action, no?
Laying on the ground there, prone. I'm a book. Why do you betray me, book? I always regret not just grabbing my physical book. Stupid.
And we have a physical book, yay! such a nice book.
Okay. And then he is going to actually back away here and let Angie go ahead and take a swing.
Alright, Angie will definitely take a freaking swing.
He swings his large morning star around, and the chain bats Angie's sword out of the way.
Pooh.
Bethaniel.
It's gonna have. Did the did the bugbear get injured yet?
Negative.
No.
Yeah. And the one laying prone, I think I should use. Do I have an advantage to him if he's prone if I use Toll the Dead on him?
No. The only way to get advantage would be to make a melee attack against him. Or
Which
to make
I
a ranged
intend
attack
to.
against him, I think from 5 feet away. I'm pretty sure that's still a thing. I don't know.
So I need to be.
If you wanted to make a melee attack, but Toll the Dead is just he's gonna make a save either way.
Okay. It's still safer for me to be up here, I guess. I will move a little bit forward though. Get a better picture of the room.
Alright.
And then continue with my Toll the Dead.
I'm still getting my turn before that guy gets up, so if this doesn't kill him, I will.
Looks like the bugbear's trying to go for the door too, so we might want to try and block him.
Yeah, that's true. Hope there's no second exit from this.
Oh, Hobgoblin is gonna fail that save.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and roll that d12.
Roll high, roll high.
The bell tolls out, and a shudder racks through his body. He seizes up, and then collapses completely.
He died in his sleep, so at least he went out peacefully.
He got knocked awake. So
He
Yeah, he did get knocked awake. Yeah.
kicked awake just long enough to feel the terror of the bell that tolls for him.
yeah, get woken up just to get put back down.
I get knocked
Alright.
out, then I got up again, and then that cleric knocked me down. Alright, Malotha.
Cool. I am going to cast Healing Word on Miss Fighter there.
Alright. Miss Fighter is no longer even injured.
Yay!
Just movement for the rest of your turn, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I wanted to make a path for Tobias.
Alright. Speaking of Tobias,
Is it the bunny man's turn?
it is the Bunny Man's turn.
It
Alright.
most definitely is.
Well, boss boy over here will not be bossing much longer because I am going to scorch him with a scorching ray. In fact, I'm going to scorch him with 3.
Alright.
I mean, I would share, but, nobody to share with.
Nice.
Special effects. Woo.
Did I get a hit?
You
Please
got 1 hit.
Alright, I'm going to roll my 17.
You missed that by 10.
What?
You said you were going to roll a 17. You only I don't know how you thought that was going to happen. You only rolled 2d6.
Hate you.
I know. So, unfortunately, he is able to bat away one of the blazing lines with his weapon, deflect another with his shield, but the third scorches him in the torso. Angela.
Okay, he was running for the door, wasn't he?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Block him.
Where do you think you're going? And that's going to be a swing.
Before that happens,
Yes.
you step forward to block him from going through the door, and he goes as you go clack and step on the trap.
God damn it.
You're not gonna die on me.
A pair of poison-tipped spears shoot out from the wall next to you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Unfortunately, you are very much not ready for this, and one of them critically hits as it finds a hole in your defenses and plunges into you.
God damn it.
You only take 2d6 piercing from the critical hit, but then you make the Constitution saving throw as the poison racks your body.
Remember, you have Bardic Inspiration.
You do.
I do indeed.
And bless.
And bless. Okay, so hold on. Which constitution do I click? I forgot. On the very.
It should say saves. So it's just
Saves.
under your proficiency bonus. It says saving
Oh,
throws.
that one. Yep. Okay.
Oh, thankfully, in the time that you spent with the pirates around Waterdeep, you have run into more than a few rather toxic objects. Some of them being the pirates themselves.
Grog.
This leaves you significantly less bad off than you would have been otherwise.
Oh, good. Still hurts.
Now you
Damn
can take a
it.
swing.
Okay, now I freaking swing.
Yeah.
This better do damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that would do damage. That's for sure. The severe blow will send the laughing bugbear reeling. He looks bloodied.
So it's like, oh god.
Who's laughing now?
Or whatever bugbears pray to.
This one prays to Erythnul, the god of death.
I'll be joining him soon enough.
In Bugbear, he speaks a simple phrase, which you can slightly make out. Something along the lines of, "You first?" Unfortunately, he does not seem to be able to follow that up with a strong enough strike, considering his weakened state, and Angie knocks it aside with her shield. Bethaniel.
Of course. Toll that dead.
Oh, yes. Ding.
Let's see. He does not seem to be ready to go into the arms of his deity just yet.
Oh, he will. He will.
Let's suffer more then.
Angie is pissed and she'll see to it.
And Velatha.
I saw an initiative change there. Was that intentional?
The removal of one hobgoblin.
Okay, because it looks like it says he's at 16 now.
The bugbear? Yeah.
No, the
Yeah.
Bugbear's at 6.
It shows another bug.
I see what's going on.
Your turn,
Yeah.
Velatha.
I see what's going on and I don't like it.
Oddly enough, can anybody else only see their name in the initiative list?
No?
That's odd.
No?
Yeah, I only see Tobias's name. Everybody else has a profile picture but no name.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Same here. Same here.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, I just see. Well, I see everybody's profile picture, but only my name.
Huh.
Lotha's going to draw her rapier, and she's going to try and attack this bugbear dude. She doesn't use it often, but, well, there's probably a reason for that.
No time like the present. That is definitely going to give him a good bit of the stabbitying. He is reeling, but is still up, swinging wildly between Angela and Velatha as he tries to defend himself. Thankfully, he has help, as the doorway to the
Oh
west bursts
God!
open.
I knew it.
And a bugbear wearing splint mail swings at Angela.
We can do this.
She is just really pissed at everything within 5 feet of her right now.
Despite bringing her sword up to deflect the blow, the bugbear blasts right through her defenses and sends her reeling. The last of your temporary hit points are gone, and you take 6 points of damage. He has the red hand emblazoned upon his chest as well, although his is much more finely painted. Tobias.
Smack, smack, smack. My last first level slot.
Yeah, that's weird, guys. I do not know why your why names aren't showing up in your initiative counter.
I saw that picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
All right.
that doesn't bother me. I mean, I see who's who just by the picture, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw one missile at the bloodied one.
All right. A missile streaks out and slams against him as he is looking away, and the blast crumples him into a pile at Angie's feet.
All right, and then I'm gonna scoot up enough to. Can I?
Well, you got the other two to send at the captain, right?
Yeah, but I want to move where I can actually see him. Can I do that?
You can't see him from there? Yeah, you can see him. He's right
Okay.
there.
Are you? Okay.
Yep, right here.
Here we go then.
All right. 2 magical missiles slam into him as well. Any movement or anything, or did you want to stay there?
Well, this guy's dead, so you might want to move closer so you don't lose sight of him.
Yeah. Let's how about right there? Right here's good.
All right, Angela.
All right. I wish I knew how much more of them there is. And with 23 HP. Okay. I'll just swing. Ah.
All right. You're able to cut into his armor, and a rather severe blow staggers him. Nathaniel.
I'll take it.
I need to see this guy myself.
He's
So-
ugly, like the rest of them.
Yes, you got a scratch now, huh?
Yeah, he's been injured now.
Ooh, yeah.
Have at
You
him.
know what I like to do to people who are scratched?
Ding.
All right. And we'll fail the save.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. Nice. Yes.
Ouch!
Loud bell.
Ah,
A
yes.
blast of necrotic energy racks his body, and color visibly drains from him. The russet red turning into a feathery pink.
I think your friends are calling to you.
Velatha.
Zelda's gonna slide in the corner here where she can hopefully take a thrust at him, correct?
Yep. That is a successful thrust. Oh,
Ooh.
a heavy stab to the side. He is bleeding
Oh.
profusely from beneath his armor. He snarls at the group and then is going to take the disengage action. And as he is moving down the corridor, he will use a bonus action to drink a potion.
God damn it.
Yikes.
And is no longer bloodied as he disappears around the corner.
You know what we gotta do.
Tobias.
Seeing the bug that was a bugbear, you said,
Yes.
take off. Tobias is gonna look to Angie and Nathaniel and be like, and Velatha.
But we can't just stand here. After him!
And I'm gonna go a chasing.
Yeah. We very much have to go after him anyway. So, well, I was right at the entrance to this corridor. Did I see him hopping over any traps?
He took particularly long strides, that's for sure. As for whether or not he was dodging any traps, you're not entirely sure.
Oh, God.
Also, you shouldn't really move until it's your turn.
Oh, we're still in
Yeah.
in active combat. Okay.
Yep.
I see.
All right. So that's where you're ending up, Tobias.
Yeah, that's all my little bunny feet will go.
All right. Angela. Now you can go.
Now I can go indeed. Oh my gosh. There he is. So hold on, that's 5, 10. I can catch up to him. I'll be one-on-one with him, but I'll be one-on-one with him anyway. Might as well. And swing. Good enough or not good enough?
Not good enough.
Bardic Inspiration?
Because he will go ahead and, he is AC 18. So you can.
So Bart.
Also, you roll your blessed die, which is D4.
Okay. One D4.
Alright. You're definitely going to want to use your Bardic Inspiration then.
Because that's not gonna help, right?
That'll get you to 17, which means you still miss by 1.
Yeah. If you use your Bardic Inspiration die, you'll probably
Yeah.
hit him no matter what.
Yeah.
So Bardic Inspiration then?
Roll
Yes.
that D6.
You
All
need
right.
your one. Oh wow.
Alright. You use your Bardic Inspiration, and you add a total of 6, and he is going to use Parry and add 5 to his armor class. So just as you think you have him bearing down on him with your sword, he swings the chain over, wraps it around your sword, and yanks it away from him.
You're frickin' evil.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Well, we want the
I also
fight
play my
to-
monsters efficiently, so there's that. He wants to live, man.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Anything else?
That's it, I
All
suppose.
right. Bethaniel.
If I pass by the trap, will I get injured?
You are unsure, but Tobias passed through it while Angela was on it, and it didn't go off a second time, so maybe
I
not.
got my pull. They're not darts shooting in a particular way, right?
No, they were spears that punched out from the wall, stabbed Angela, and then slid back into the wall.
Okay. I still got that 10-foot pole, right?
Yeah. You'll have to take an action to retrieve it, though.
Oh.
It's not a normal size object. It's stone.
Yeah. Can I leap over that tile?
You can. Roll
Alright.
athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
All right. You're able to leap over and pass by Tobias without so much as clipping the little bunny.
Let's ring that bell.
He seems to be fixed with a grim determination and is unaffected by the sound of the death call.
Maybe he's leading us somewhere. Let's find out.
I just hope there isn't more of them.
Velatha.
All right. Would I be able to sidestep that, or would I have to do a check?
You would be able to sidestep it if Tobias wasn't in that square. It's going to be a little bit more interesting to get around. So just go ahead and roll an athletic. You can roll an athletics or acrobatics. Not a particularly difficult one. Yeah, you're fine. You just step right around it. Bunny boy isn't in the way too much. Bunny.
Yeah.
He didn't take up much
And-
space.
I think that is it. She'll just cast a blade ward on herself.
Okay. So the bugbear captain will toss his morning star down at the ground, spit some blood onto the floor, and then grin at Angie and says, "Varas tu kach," and then yanks a hidden lever on the wall.
Oh God. What is it now?
You've heard this sound before. The hallway is filled with a spinning scythe of blades,
Oh
from
no.
one end all the way to the other.
Roll.
So the scything blades roll to hit. So a 19 will hit Bethaniel, a 23 will hit Velatha, a 13 will hit Tobias. Oh, poor Tobias. Oh, with his little 11 armor class. Oh.
He does his best.
And
He does his best.
Angie, however, already having gone through this song and dance before, will not get hit with the 18 as she brings up her shield and then braces the other side of it with one hand, just causing the scything blade to scoot her across the ground.
Oh God. Bloody hell, mate.
Well, it's a good thing I casted blade ward. Holy crap!
Oh, especially because you just took 19 from that. Oh God.
Woo!
Alright, so you get half of that, which is just going to be 9 instead. Bethaniel is going to take 9 as well, and poor Tobias is going to take 13.
Ouch.
Oh, it's funny.
or rather take 11 and lose his little 2 temporary that he got, because you guys never did take a rest, and he's still feeling rallied. However, when Angie finally lowers her shield, she will see that the bugbear did not fare so well, having dropped his guard and raised his hands in praise to his god of death. He was summarily hacked apart by the trap.
Angie will be a little upset that she didn't get that
Wow.
that kill.
So
he
he-
pissed her off.
He kamikazed himself. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ouch.
If any of you knew Goblin, then you would have been able to translate it to "I die on my terms, human," as he pulled the switch.
Oh god. Since he had a health potion, does he have any left? I wonder.
Do you want to pick through the pile of gore that is now the bugbear?
I'll AFK just a sec. Here, wait.
Okay. Also, I should put the bloodied marker on poor Tobias. It's like in the back, around the corner, all the way at the door. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm good and out of danger." Oh God, why?
I mean, after downing so many of them before, I think Angie is already splattered with blood, and honestly, at this point, she doesn't even care. So, she
Alright.
probably rummage through the remains in search for another health potion.
You rummage through his body, and you find the remains of 3 broken flasks. However,
Oh, that sucks.
one of them was broken in such a way that you were actually able to salvage the liquid in the bottom of the flask and turn it into a functional healing potion by pouring it into one of your own empty vials.
Yay! I got a health potion back. Much needed. Where is it on my list here? Potion of healing. Yes. Aha!
In addition, you find there is in his pack a folded length of finely woven spider silk with a symbol of a grim reaper-like specter on the front of it. A
Ooh.
tapestry of Erythnule.
Oh, okay. So that's some kind of a magical item, or
Unsure. It looks
it's
like
an item of special importance then, okay.
looks like a finely woven spider silk tapestry or tabard or standard something.
I have a way to find out.
I'll have a look at it.
Can you
And Angie
ritual
will-
cast? Can you ritual cast identify?
Angie will pass it along to Tobias.
Is that a door behind that bugbear?
Oh, sorry.
sounds
It helps if
good.
I have my mic down when I'm talking to you, and not up, so it's muted. Yes, identify can be cast as a 10-minute ritual.
Tobias will look, hold the tapestry, and if you'll just give me a moment or two, I think I can find out if there's any magical properties to this. And I'm going to ritual cast us an identify spell while there's nothing coming at us.
All right.
Hopefully.
So you guys just gonna hang out in the corridor?
So that was a lever that that did the slicing, huh?
Indeed. Well, I mean,
That
the blades did the slicing. The lever just made them go.
right. So is that a door behind the bugbear?
It is indeed a door.
Is it
Hmm.
unlocked?
I don't know. No one has inspected it yet.
Valata, she's bloody and she looks just super upset and just
Are you-
she said she hears that there's a door. I mean, I don't know if anybody mentioned it, but I guess peering around the ledge there, she would see the door and she'd be like, Do you guys want me to try it with my magic hand?
Magic hand.
Not just yet. Let's find out what this the cloth does.
Yeah, I
Hold
suppose.
off. Hold off on those jazz hands.
And my the effects of that, what was it, potion of heroism I had will still hold on, right?
It
So
lasts
that's
for
for
an
an hour.
hour.
Okay, we're
So
good.
it will most definitely be in effect still when Tobias is done casting.
All right.
So that's the idea. You guys are going to hang out in the corridor and wait for Tobias to finish before moving forward.
Maybe clear the area where the trap went off.
Shall we investigate the corridor?
Well, you know it's trapped.
Well, at the very least, you know what? While Tobias is looking at the tapestry thing, Angie could, since she's that close, she could try and examine the door.
Roll investigation or perception.
Perception it is.
All right. The door doesn't look like it's trapped.
Ha! Hey, that's what worries me. So, Velafa, can you see something? Peering around the corner?
It was just to check the door.
So you head up and investigate the door. You find no traps on it. So you think it's not trapped. But there's also another bit of interest. It's not locked either.
Oh, God.
I have an idea. 10-foot
I just
pole.
Just another door that's not locked. Okay.
Walta says, well, a 10-foot pole won't protect you from anything that can shoot arrows.
No, but it can push the door open. If it's a push.
Mhm.
Is there a latch on the door?
Yes.
Ah, darn it. Is there anything peculiar about the floor or walls near the door? Because the previous door had something.
The previous door ended up having a trap right in front of it.
Yeah.
This one has a trap in front of it too, but the lever has already been found. You don't find any further traps.
Okay. So it's safe then to step to the door. You know what? How about I get to the door and listen for what's on the other side?
That's
And
worked
it's,
for us before.
and as if this bugbear will just squish you over into the corner.
So open the door.
I use stealth or perception.
Perception.
Just
Wait.
Perception?
Are you cracking the door or are you listening
Oh.
at the door?
I'm gonna listen first.
Okay, then perception.
Nice.
You hear the sound of nothing going on behind the door. It sounds like wood.
Stealth. I open the stealth.
Roll stealth.
Ooh.
The door creaks open softly, and you are able to peer inside, seeing that there are several items of interest. Despite the foul graffiti that vandalizes the walls, parts of the fresco paintings depicting the activities of centuries dead dwarven warriors are still visible. The vandalism, unfortunately, is in Goblin, and thus illegible to you. But what is not illegible is the pair of large crates sitting next to a pair of large beds that have been stuffed with fine straw and seem to be dry. On the back wall, there is a large bear pelt. The roof of this ceiling, Jesus Christ, Corwin. The height of this ceiling is about 20 feet, and the feet of the bear are at the top of the roof. The head of the bear is on the floor at the far edge of the wall.
It's one big bear.
It used to be. Now it's a big bear pelt. There is a pair of large ropes that seem to be attached to the forepaws of the bear, and maybe used to hoist it up to the ceiling, strangely enough. Apparently, the bugbears like to sleep with a giant bear pelt looming over them.
Huh.
Or the pelt is covering something. 10-foot pole?
10 feet tall.
Creep.
As we explore this room, I would still be extremely careful, watching every step. I don't trust it. I don't trust the light in the middle.
You know what we're not watching. We're not watching Tobias, who's back here casting Identify.
Oh god. Oh, somebody should stay with him.
That's fine.
Well, we know there's no danger in. There's no immediate danger in this room, so I guess we can wait out the 10 minutes now.
Okay. I'm like, don't want to abandon your companion there, guys.
While that's going on, Valata's just gonna take a quick look around the room.
Well, there's two of you. One of you needs to watch on Tobias.
Actually, that
There's
illusion
3?
probably ran out by now.
Is that a 10-minute one, or?
No, it's only a minute.
Oh, is it? Yeah, then it's probably disappeared by now.
Well.
Also, I don't know why I left Blade Ward up.
I thought
So,
it was-
in your investigation of the room, Vilatha, you will find a few items of interest. First and foremost is a pair of potions of healing that have been stuffed inside of one of the beds. The second is a longsword that is in one of the taller crates. It seems to have been carved from a single piece of obsidian and has a jet laid in the hilt.
Okay.
It is unclear whether this is a functional weapon or just a piece of art, but at first glance, it seems to be an art object worth about 250 gold pieces.
Das loot.
Also, something to identify to see if it's a special weapon or something.
Well, Tobias is already busy identifying something.
Can I identify?
Do you have Detect Magic on your spell list?
I do not think I do.
Yeah, we just chuck it in Das loot and figure it out when we have it
take another
prepared.
look at your spell list. Because Detect Magic is definitely a first level cleric spell. You can't identify it because you don't have that spell, but you do have Detect Magic, which means that if you want to spend the time to do the same kind of ritual cast as Tobias, you could cast Detect Magic.
Or I could just ritual cast Identify again.
I have healing words, ceremony, inflict wounds, cure wounds.
Those are your memorized spells. But if it's on your
Okay.
spell list as a cleric, you actually know all of those spells, which means that any of the ones that you could cast as a ritual, you're capable of taking 10 minutes to cast it, even if you don't have it memorized.
Alright, I've got my spell list here. And indeed, Detect Magic is in there.
Yep.
So I will do that. It is ritual action.
Yep. So you'll be finishing it like a couple of minutes after Tobias finishes his Identify.
Okay, and so I moved into the room, and I'll start doing the detecting on that.
So, unless anybody else has anything else to do, I'll finish giving the information on what's been found to Philatha, and then we'll do Tobias's Identify.
Right.
Also, you find a large amount of coin has been collected in one of the smaller boxes. 120 gold pieces, 280 silver pieces, and 540 copper pieces.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's a lot. I think. Probably just a lot of coins.
Add that to Das Loot.
Yes, please.
Small question: if I use the Detect Magic, does that actually use up a spell slot?
No. When you cast it as a ritual, it does not use a spell slot. So if you want to know more about using spells as a ritual, there is a area in the should be in the spell casting. Yes, there we go. It's on page 201 of the player's handbook. Starts at the bottom right hand corner and continues on the next page.
As I recall, it just takes time and no slots.
You are correct. So, Tobias, you finish
Yes.
casting Identify, and you are both pleased and surprised at the same time. You are able to identify one of the functions of the object, but you're sure that there are more secrets that this item has left to reveal.
Go on.
This particular magical item is a wondrous item called the Reaper's Call. If
And
the
what
bear-
does that do?
The bearer of this banner may display it on a handheld flag or back pole. If attuned to this magical battle standard, the bearer gains 1 hit point every time a creature within 60 feet gains the dying condition. This may not cause the bearer to gain more hit points than their hit point maximum.
Interesting. Dying. So, dying condition means knocked unconscious but not outright killed?
So, a creature is inflicted with a dying condition whenever it takes hit point damage that reduces it to 0 hit points or fewer.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I will catch up to the party and relay this information to them, and I will make sure that I point out that I don't feel I've fully uncovered all of this thing's secrets.
What was it called one more time?
The Reaper's Call.
We're finding some interesting stuff.
And Bethaniel, you finish the casting of your Detect Magic spell shortly afterwards. and are able to verify that the obsidian longsword is indeed just an art object and not magical.
It's a dud.
With a
That's
quick
still worth something.
Aw.
wave over the rest of the room, you are also able to tell that there are no other magical items inside this room.
Balatha just kind of goes, "Aw, that looks so cool too."
So, what was that thing you looked at, Tobias?
Sorry, Nala, what?
What was the thing you were looking at? I didn't quite hear. So, what'd
Yep.
you find out?
It was the folded up spider silk war banner that the bugbear was carrying.
Uh huh. What does it do?
The information on the magic item will be available in the magic items area of the
I'm just role playing,
journal
having
tab.
concentrating on detect magic.
Ah, okay.
Well.
Because that sure sounds like it's interesting to sew onto my cape.
It seems like it's not over yet.
So, did you want to use the levers and pulleys to winch up the?
I suppose we should. What
Balatha's
does
going
that
to mention her
reveal?
magic hand friend.
That's true.
Your magic hand friend actually isn't able to help to lift the bear pelt because it weighs more than 10 pounds.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be able to like pull a pulley or something or crank
And
it or whatever.
you might be able to like slowly do that because it takes your action to make the hand pull, but then someone would have to be on the other rope as well because there's 2 ropes.
Oh, okay.
But you could make slow progress by yourself if you had it pull on one side and then the next round you pulled on the other side and then it pulled on its side and you like slowly lifted it.
That's up to you guys.
Well, let's just do it.
So if you winch the pelt up out of the way, indeed you reveal another door.
Lovely. It's not over yet.
This one has been barred from this side.
Oh.
I think it's safe to take a nice long rest.
A large steel bar that looks like it used to be a greatsword, but has been dulled and had the edges bent, has been laid across this door, and a pair of pitons have been hammered into the door jamb in order to wedge it shut.
Oh God. What are we getting ourselves into?
Whatever it is that is beyond here, not even the bugbears and hobgoblins wanted to deal with it.
Balatha
Oh,
just
God.
kind of meanders on that and she goes, "Well, we did clear out the bugbears, right? And the hobgoblins."
Uh,
Tobias kind of
Suppose
looks.
we did.
Tobias kind of looks down at the bloody hole in his robe and him, and looks up at the party.
I do think we've worked very, very hard today. Perhaps a rest would be in order?
Agreed. It does seem like a safe place right now.
Please.
So, a long rest, I suppose.
Alright. You want to batten down the hatches in here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We have a door to protect us, if anything. I mean, we cleared out the rest of the dungeon. There was nothing else there.
Nothing that you found.
We searched pretty cautiously.
Yep. All right. You take a bit of time to rest in this rather well fumigated room. Unfortunately, it's fumigated with BO, but still. At least the fleas don't bite in here. Your long rest finishes without issue. So
Yay!
you lose the heroism, you lose the bloodied condition, and everybody go ahead and set your hit points to full.
And spell slots.
Oh, shame about a heroism potion, but others needed to rest more.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
the
also did
heroism-
help you.
It did.
Yeah. It definitely did back there. That was quite the entrance we made. And earlier the action surge and 2 immediate kills. Oof.
Lots of blood. Did I get to dream?
What?
Did I get to dream?
You can totally decide that for yourself. I don't have any specific dreams for you to have. Maybe later.
Nothing came to me. Darn it.
So, this, unfortunately, my friends, with you fully rested and prepared to go on into the next chamber, is where we will be closing down for the evening.
Oh no.
Right.
So we will have to end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. There is not much left in this dungeon, just a couple more rooms, a couple more chances to perish horribly before you get to come back.
Oh god.
But the good news is, I have decided that since you did achieve your mission of clearing out the bugbears and their overlords, I am going to just go ahead and say that you may increase your level by 1.
Yay.
You're now level 4.
Yay!
So at the beginning of the next session, we will start out clearing out the last of this, and then you will head back, and we'll see if we can jam you onto the last mission before you find out whether or not you have been chosen to partake in the tournament going into the depths of Undermountain.